BIOScapes Group, we started as a small family-owned business.
Initially a commercial landscape business and now specialising in synthetic sporting courts with a big focus towards bowling clubs and over 55s communities.
We're standing here in an amazing facility at Ocean Grove Bowls Club, brand new, opened in September 2025, a world-class facility capable of hosting the best events in the world.
So when Ocean Grove first reached out, it was a very exciting prospect of not only two world-class synthetic bowling greens, but they wanted to turn this 3,000 square metre space into one big function area.
We looked at what an indoor facility would do for our club. We wanted to compete with the nation's best on all levels, on the green, off the green, and to create a facility like this was just, it needed to be done.
And the R&D that's gone into the product and the materials that we use has only improved over time.
Being undercover, that opportunity to play it all hours of the day, every day of the week.
Several design meetings. There's always a lot of design changes.
We had the area, we knew what we sort of wanted.
Really good communication makes it really easy. A few challenges. Anything that we did run into was very quickly identified, spoken about with the Bowls Club, and that led to us having a pretty smooth experience.
BIOScapes right through the whole process, nothing's been too much. Regular communication, post-project completion, the follow-up service, second to none.
I think it's really important, the work we do at BIOScapes, to be able to give people the chance to have the same experience that I get, all the way from like a community sporting level to a venue like this.
Here's an all-weather facility, you can do whatever you want. We hosted the gala night, we've got a World Bowls function coming up in May. It's not just a bowling green, it's a multi-purpose entertainment facility, unlimited opportunities.
Welcome everyone to another chapter in one of Australian Bowls' great interstate rivalries. My name's Lee Stinson. We'll be bringing you action here from Cabra Bowls. Good morning. Welcome everyone to another chapter in one of Australian Bowls' great interstate rivalries. My name is Lee Stinson. We'll be bringing you live action from Cabra Bowls for New South Wales and Queensland in a contest that is about far more than just winning ends, claiming shots. It's a rivalry built on over a century of fierce competition, immense pride, and countless memorable battles between two states that have produced some of the world's best bowlers. BIOScapes New South Wales Blues enter this test series as the defending champions in both the men's and women's events. And they combine world champions, jackaroos, and exciting emerging talent, which will feature shortly in match number one. And our Queenslanders determined to reclaim those trophies. And they've got a few newcomers as well as some wise, experienced heads in their side as well. So wherever you are, around Australia, around the world, settle in what promises to be an outstanding 2 days of action in this 2026 Test series between our BIOScape New South Wales Blues and Queensland. See there on screen the results from this event last year held in Queensland. So in the state men's and women's competition, as we said, New South Wales 2-1 victors there. In the under 25 categories, it was Queensland that took out both men's and women's events and split honours in the over 40s. Queensland taking the men's trophy, and New South Wales with a clean sweep in the over 40s women. So all of those series are being held across the three greens here at Cabra today. And in match number one this morning, we'll be featuring for the BIOScapes New South Wales Blues, Luke Jones as the lead, Darren Morrison, Nick Cahill and Carl Healey. And they'll be up against the Queenslanders, Tyler Pettigrew, Hayden Oster, Cohen Litfin and Sean Ingham. You see those other two rinks on screen there as well. We'll keep you up to date with progress scores. Daniel Hill returned to the New South Wales side for this series, and with Brett Spur. Nathan Black, his first cap this morning for New South Wales, playing third for Lee Schreiner. Joseph Clark also on debut in the New South Wales men's side alongside Jack McShane, Jay Bruce, Ben Twist. And for the Queenslanders, those other two rinks, Brendan Wilson, Matt Lucas, Jake Rinn and their skip Aaron Hewson, as well as team number 3, Mitch Mears, Jacob Nelson, Dale McWhinney-Shillington and Kane Nelson. Players just working through the conclusion of trial end number 2. As I said, conditions here at Cabramatta ideal this morning. Cool start, but the sun shining brightly out here on green number 3. For those that have been to the venue previously, the most elevated green here at Cabra. And what is the traditional green that we have featured many, many games on over the past few years on Bowls New South Wales coverage. As I said, we hope you enjoy the next couple of days of Test Series Bowls. We are featuring in Test number 2 a women's match after lunch today. And Test number 3, we'll wait and see on results today and bring you a match that is potentially a series decider in either the men's or the women, depending on results. Please stay active in the comments. Let us know where you're watching on from, who your predictions are, who you're cheering on today. As we set things up here for end number 1 and to get us underway straight off this morning, leading up for Queensland, Tyler Pettigrew. Tyler playing out of Musgrave Hill and most recently part of the 2026 Australian Open Fours winning side. So obviously in good form, and you see there pretty good opening bowl. Try and get a gauge on green conditions as we move through the match today. Players in the practice yesterday afternoon found the greens very, very friendly and running at a nice speed, but naturally this morning with a somewhat heavy dew. It'll quicken up throughout the day's play. Tyler Pettigrew, 2 great bowls to start things off, and viewers, hopefully this is the standard that we're up for the next few hours. On the mat there, New South Wales debutant today. Luke Jones, 29-year-old from Warilla, becomes New South Wales cap number 955. So he switches over to his forehand side, turns up his own bowl. So those 4 opening bowls here on end number 1, all sitting within 25 to 30 centimetres of the jack. Number 2 here for the Queenslanders, Hayden Oster, was also part of that Australian Open Fours winning side from last month. He skipped that rink. And he's on debut for the Queensland this morning, for the Queenslanders as well. So plenty of debutants featuring on our show rink today. And there's another one who's just delivered his first bowl in a New South Wales outfit, Darren Morrison from Carlingford here in Sydney. Very well credentialed player is Darren, been knocking on the door for this opportunity for the past couple of decades. Represented New South Wales in under 18 level and has been a long time member of the New South Wales reserve side and pathway sides coming through, and he's now got the opportunity to have his first match, and great to see a nice contingent down here this morning from the Central Coast where Darren resides to cheer him on. And he's played that one as asked by Skip just in behind. So as players go to the other end, play their third bowl, it looks like the New South Wales bowl just to the right of the jack as it stands is the shot bowl at the moment. So 1 to New South Wales. Of course, we are playing under a pennant style format with all 3 rinks to play 21 ends. And no individual points for rink wins. It's just the total, 63 in total, that will come into play to decide the victors. Cohen, Litfin makes a little rattle there. It does still look like 1 to New South Wales on the view that we can see on screen. Not a lot there that New South Wales can do to protect that situation at the moment. So you see Skip Healey just asking for one on the other side of the rink there, down across that tee line. Cahill on his forehand. As asked, just slip in behind. Might cross it over the centre line a bit. Be really close there for a shot. You see Queensland skip Sean Ingham having a really close look at things. Looks like the call was that both bowls may be touching at the moment. So Queensland looking to get to the back of the rink themselves now. The bowls sitting in behind, all belonging to New South Wales. Those 2 blues of Darren Morrison, and Cohen has done that. Yeah, it looks like New South Wales going to try and open things up here. Call was for Nick to play a similar weight to his first. Was a little rattle, and that bowl's contacted the jack twice. Looked like the Queensland might have snuck in for shot there now with that small disturbance. Yeah, they're going to cover over towards our scoreboards there on the right-hand side of screen. Great to see so many of you watching on this morning. Plenty of support for both Queensland and New South Wales in the chat. Serena Bennell watching on, cheering on Queensland. Enjoying the time, preparing for Commonwealth Games, no doubt in the late hours over in the UK. Getting ready. Best of luck to all our squad that is currently in Scotland in final preparations for Com Games action. A few New South Wales and Queensland personnel amongst those Australian squads, which has opened up the opportunity for some of these players here today to feature for their states. New South Wales skip Carl Healey 1 down. Trying to get some bowls to push through, get this jack movement. Sails on the outside. First one of Ingham did remain on the green. It's just out of shot right on the edge of the ditch, the back of the rink. Sure, holding one here, Queensland, looking for another positional type bowl. Just having a good look there before as to where they think bowl onto jack and where it will situate if Carl does make contact with his last. Wants this one to pull up over near those scoreboards there on that side of the green. Yeah, some applause from the teammates, so pretty happy with that. Right, Healey, bowl number 2. He's on an inside line to his first. Soft weight onto the bowl. How much movement does he get? Well, just rolls it over past the jack. So it's at least 1 to Queensland. We'll see if that's made any further change. And it was Queensland scoring. I think the indication from our players there of 2 shots to Queensland. So they kick off the scoring on end number 1. As Tyler jumps on again with his first bowl here on the second end. And joining me in commentary here, Ben Morthorpe from Cabra. Thanks, Ben, for jumping in.
Hello there, everyone out there. Hopefully it's a good game of bowls out here today. I'm sure it will be.
A couple of touches from Tyler. He started off on fire. I don't know if you saw end number 1, Ben, but the 4 lead bowls all finished within about 25 centimetres of the jack.
Oh, it must be easy green then out there.
Players are dialed in. You've got the team trained up well. What's your role here at the club? Yeah, Ben, obviously you look after the greens, facilities work, bit of bowls work.
Yeah, I get this question asked a few times. I'm a bit of everything at the moment. I'm the bowls manager and the greens manager at the same time. So I run both departments and make sure everything's going really good with bowls at Cabra Bowls. It definitely keeps me busy at the moment, that's for sure.
Probably give us some insights into this green. Ben, I was saying earlier on, it's the most commonly used green that we do our broadcast from here, and I think probably regarded by many of the players as one of the better grass greens in New South Wales, certainly.
Yeah, it's definitely some people's favourites. I know it's the club's favourite. Most people from the club, most of our members love this one. It's a pretty friendly green. We don't get much of a home ground advantage here because I think most people come here and, as you said, on the first end they're all dialed in straight away because it's a pretty easy green to find out the lines and the weight pretty quick. It's a shame we did have a little bit of rain last Friday. Otherwise it's probably going to be running a few seconds quicker, which might have made it a little bit more challenging for all the bowlers.
Okay, so we see 3 there at the moment for the Queenslanders, and Darren playing pretty firm weight here to try and spread things open. Well, kicks it onto the back bowl, so that's the green and white bowl there of Hayden Oster, holding shot there for Queensland, but a good shot from Darren to clear things out. Looks to be around sort of maybe 14.5 seconds or so this morning, Ben, the green, but yeah, as you say, it can get up to sort of 18, 19 seconds at times, can't it?
Yes, yeah, definitely. It's probably run that nice, easy 14-second pace at the moment. Once the sun, thankfully we've got a nice sunny day this week. It'll pick up an extra second or so as the day moves on, and I think that's what a few of the bowlers are going to keep their eye on, especially this northern edge with the shade, as you probably see in the live stream. That'll slowly dry out and get a bit quicker, so it might catch a few bowlers, as we'll see probably around 8 or 9 ends in. You might notice a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, seemed a relatively heavy dew as we arrived on site too this morning, Ben. And
yeah,
I'd imagine it'll be a lot quicker the further we go along in play.
Yeah, yep. The boys were battling the dew this morning, but that's all right. They knew what they had to do. Came in early, gave it a cut and a few rolls, and as I said, they'll probably even maybe put a couple of rolls in over lunchtime as well, just to get a little bit more pace out of it.
Still available there for Nick Carl, his first one. Just a bowl or so short. Got that to work with. Looks a nice shot. Sit or trail. Just catches half of the jack.
Yeah, good weight there. A little bit stiff, to be honest. If he half a bowl higher, he tucked it around the corner for a good couple for himself, for New South Wales. Instead, he's made the shot a little bit more challenging for his skipper.
Skippers love that too, don't they, when you make it harder for them?
Oh, especially Carl.
Just getting some boards updated from our other rinks. It was Lee Schreiner 1-0 after the first end. So holding shot here, Ingham. I'll sit out the closest Carl bowl, but just the one at the moment for the Queenslanders.
Carl using a bit of searching weight, trying to land the shot bowl or get the jack.
Feather off the front. Misses everything. Okay, Nelson picking up a 3 on his first end as well. Right, 21 ends on each rink if you've just joined us. And individual rinks not a factor here today. Just working solely on that top scoreboard. 3 test series. A test match can be drawn. And then we get to the stage where it is 1.5 tests to each state tomorrow. Then the rules of this series are that the holder of the shield will retain. And that actually happened in the 40s version of this event a couple of years ago.
Who won this event last year, Lee?
It's 2-1 to both New South Wales men's and women's sides. So very even overall, as Ingham happy enough to get another bowl back in the head there. 3 events apiece last year, Ben. New South Wales winning these state men's and women's, as well as the over 40s women's side, and the other 3 disciplines all going in favour of Queensland. Carl trying a similar thing to his first. The guys are interested.
Oh, that's a great shot for no result.
Gets a flick on the jack, but it will still be 1 shot to Queensland. 3-0 in their favour after 2 ends. Plenty of bowls to feature too here, Ben, over the next few weeks. We're back here for the Junior Interstate Series, New South Wales, Queensland and Victoria, just a few weeks' time, and we'll bring you a game from all 6 rounds there. So always a great event on our calendar to see the up-and-coming players, won't?
Yes. Definitely keeping us busy over these few weeks. And yeah, we hosted the juniors earlier in the year, and it was a great spectacle watching all the young ones coming through, and a few characters out there too. I know there was a few things on Facebook about a few of the little ones and the ones coming through, and it was great to see. It's good to see our sports still going in the right direction.
Absolutely. Another junior sides event. All the region teams having a squad that was out in Dubbo a few weekends ago, and we had a young boy with the name of Archie Day, one to keep an eye on. He is the ripe old age of 7 years and 5 months, and he was loving his time out on the greens there, representing the Mid-North Coast a few weeks ago. So stick him in your black book in 15 years' time or so, Archie Day.
We'll see him out in maybe in the Platinum in a 15 years' time or something.
That's it. Hayden Oster right on to the top of the jack.
That's a perfect shot.
He's in good form. We said he skipped the rink that won the men's Australian Open fours just a few weeks ago, and that was a ding-dong game. I think it went to an extra end against the Aaron T skip 4.
Yeah. It was,
Corey Wedlock, Nathan Black, Jay by Norris, and Aaron Tees. So
it was a great win against that star-studded side they played against. I think off memory they dropped a number on the last end too to take it to an extra end.
Yeah, they did. And yeah, Tyler, who we've seen in action leading for Queensland, he led in that 4, and Hayden skipped.
That's right.
Alongside Jacob Aitken and Harvey McAllister. Jacob from New South Wales, Harvey from the ACT. So Queensland selectors obviously taken note and given Hayden his debut here in this series. So Darren made contact with his first to open things up and draw a shot with his second.
That's 2 great bowls by Darren there. His first one made really good contact, just springing it just enough. If he missed, he was going to be in a perfect spot, and then he pretty much had to play the same weight again and draw a shot.
So there's some of those other scores starting to roll on through. An exciting game. Kane Nelson 3 first end, followed up by Ben Twist 5. All out attack over there on the third rink. Cohen, Litfin. Oh, terrific effort. Of course, we've seen Cohen on some New South Wales coverage over the previous few months. One of the marquee players at the Raymond Terrace Jets. They had that amazing season going through the regular rounds undefeated and had that heartbreaking loss right at the end of the Platinum Pennant. But been a terrific player and a great addition to those Jet squad.
Yeah, they were a great side this year, the Jets. Full credit to them going through the whole year undefeated. But yes, unfortunately, losing the big dance. Sometimes, as they say in sport, you need to lose one sometimes earlier in the game, so you don't lose that big one at the end.
Funny how it happens, isn't it?
It's it is a funny one. Like, obviously, home ground advantage was massive for them, and I think they probably going into that final they would have been very short odds. But Rilla were a great outfit as well, so I suppose they were due to win one when you lost the last 2. I think the third time lucky, as they say.
Just trying to work back to this. The pack. Well, tip the New South Wales bowl down. May have done enough to make shot. He's got the aerospace out this morning, that multicoloured bowl. It seems to be his favourite, Ben. I've seen him use those quite a bit. Are they his go-to?
I believe so. Like he did use the Optimas for a little bit, but
well, maybe he's got the same colour design, has he, across a couple of ranges?
No, these are his favourite. These are the Spacers, and they're a good set of bowls. They're in a really nice line.
Weight for Ingham here looks pretty good. All about the turn now.
That's a great effort.
Does one of this side of the green usually play any wider than the other naturally, or is it pretty well even across the park?
The side that Sean just played normally plays a little bit tighter than the other side. And then we do get a bit of a, what's that side? That way's easterly breeze. I'm just trying to think where me north and south and everything.
Get the compass out?
Yeah. It's Yeah, when you'll see probably this afternoon that the other side of the green will start to hook back a little bit, especially near the tees as well. Fair bit of usage around there, so a little bit more release as well. Carl and Nick should sort of know that, especially playing here all the time.
I'm not going to get into the count, that bowl of Carl Healey, but it's landing in a place that I don't think Shaun Ingham can really comfortably draw that shot anymore. It's like they were looking for something on the backhand there, maybe through that front gap onto the last bowl of Carl's. Get something through and kick the jack out.
Whilst Carl would be disappointed he didn't count, it was actually a really good bowl to stop Shaun from getting the shot, but I think this will be a bit of a reach up through the backhand and hope to get a couple of good angles into it.
Play a few yards up here. As you said, hope you get the right part of a bowl that may be underneath the pack. Be disappointed there not to make some kind of contact. Carl will just want a full roll onto his own. How far is he going to go?
I think he needs a run at touch. One more.
Pretty much the same weight as his first. So one shot there to the Blues. They're on the board here on our feature ink. 3-1 now after 3 ends in favour of Queensland. Well, every great green starts with what you can't see. BIOScapes Group has been building synthetic bowling greens since 2007. Award-winning Australian family-owned company with a highly skilled in-house team, not subcontractors. Proudly local and genuinely innovative. Our true specialty is the base, the hidden foundation that gives a green its longevity. Get the foundation wrong, and like a house, everything above it fails. BIOScapes, the experts beneath the surface. Of course, we thank BIOScapes for coming on board as our official naming partner for the New South Wales Blues stateside. Good opener there from Luke. Have you had much to do with or against Luke over the years, either in his recent years at Warilla or from North Coast time?
Funny enough, I don't think I've actually ever played against him. I've always played near him, in the Warilla Fora sides and that, but he seems to always be on the other team. I think maybe
he's running scared of you, is he?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it's that or if I'm just lucky to avoid him. He has been in some rich form lately.
Terrific plays, had an outstanding few months at Warilla, obviously part of that platinum winning side, and made the move from northern New South Wales about 18 months or so ago now. Fits in really well. Obviously great mates with Aaron Tees for many, many years, and I saw on social media over the last 24 hours there was a lovely post there from Aaron congratulating his mate in making his debut here for the Blues today.
Yeah, I did see that. I think he'd, whilst probably wishing he was here to be with his mate to watch his first game, I think he's got a few other things on his mind at the moment, trying to win gold over in the Com Games.
Did have Serena Bonnell from Queensland in the chat earlier, who's also over in Scotland. And if you're online, Aaron, or any of the other Jackaroos, as we said earlier, I'm sure all of us are looking forward to things kicking off for those back here in Australia. Tomorrow evening is the first action. We have the women's pairs, men's singles, and some of the para components also getting underway as well. Full schedule was released in either on the official Commonwealth Games website, or there was an Australian match-by-match schedule posted on the Bowls Australia website. So if you are interested in checking out all of those athletes at the Commonwealth Games, tomorrow night they're on deck before the opening ceremony even kicks off on Friday morning. Such is the longevity of the Bowls schedule over there in Glasgow. So best of luck to our Jackaroos, and I saw you had a nice little send-off for some of your players here a couple of weeks ago too, Ben.
Yeah, it was a good night. Just put on. Our members came and a little bit of a cocktail dinner, and had a few people wish them the best, and our members just signing a few things. We got a few life-size cutouts of them. Kaz walked up to hers and didn't believe she was that short, I think, till she measured herself next to it, and it was actually the same size.
I saw a few of the cardboard cutouts there, and obviously, yeah, plenty of the Aussies as well as one of the Blackjacks, as well as Hayden, Oster. Terrific shot. Nice positive weight. Sit the bowl. Fell in front to make shot.
Yes, that was a great shot, because it was starting to build up as a New South Wales head, and he's just turned that straight into Queensland's favour straight away. Makes it a little bit tougher now, because I believe that's Queensland behind the jack as well. Just
yeah, certainly the nearer close bowl, the full white one, Tyler Pettigrew's, and the deepest bowl on the green, also a Queensland bowl as well. Might be almost just on the draw here, Ben, even if he creates a bigger angle for later on.
Yeah, well, they got plenty in the head, so yeah, he's probably make his skippers. Sometimes it's not always about getting shot for your skipper, making just a shot easier for him. Because if you get your skipper on red hot form, they're hard to beat sometimes.
Well, I've certainly got the first part of that equation sorted about not getting the shot for the skipper. I don't always make it easier for them though.
Yes.
Bit like my school career, 50% was always good for me.
Is that why you took up commentary, is it?
That's it. Yeah, they're not getting shot yet. That's easy. I could make a career out of doing that.
Well, that's why I like to lead up. It's just, lead to the jack and get out of the way. Let all the big guns do the rest of the stuff.
Cohen trying to close things down. If we can get under that one of Nick's. Well, similar to the Carl Healey bowl last end. Not shot, but not making things easier. I'll be trying to get that. Probably a similar shot to what Hayden Oster played a few bowls ago. Push through with a few yards of weight. Does anything move? Well, it does clip shot bowl and jack, and it might be that full white bowl of Tyler Pettigrew. A foot or so past the jack that's holding.
Yeah, from here it looks like it might be one to Queensland. And it's doesn't look the easiest to get to either, with a couple of short ones in the way for Carl. But he does have a few results. He can turn one of Darren Morrison's, turns Nick's, or just might be able to open up the head for himself to look at that bowl. Because I think New South Wales might have 3 seconds.
Yeah, you're right. If they're not shot, they've got at least second and third, if not more than that. Now that shadow's starting to clear for you, which will really open up the pitches we've got in from at this end of the green. But he's going to play down our commentary side on his backhand by the looks of it. As you said, Ben, there's a couple to roll through. I'm not sure if he can bend around to get to the Queensland bowl. As the Jack Nelly comes across into our rink from the adjoining match.
Looks to be in the area here, Carl.
He's made a couple out of that. It was the signal his own bowl plus the one he lifted up half a roll.
And he's also opened up that white bowl to get to now as well. So if Sean misses here, he could pretty much play the same bowl and make a couple of extra more.
Yeah, obviously if it's open up for Carl, it's open for Sean too. So he needs to be conscious that he doesn't get his own.
Yeah, he should be just pretty much full draw and trying to work off that red one. If he gets to his white one with the right weight, he shouldn't go too far. A little bit pacey.
Doesn't do any damage. And his bowl does stay at the back of the rink. The call from Nick was we are definitely 1 and probably 2. As you said, Ben, much the same here from Carl if you can find that gap. Is he lighter?
Oh, that's another very good bowl.
Not making the angles any easier. The guys seem to be looking at more weight at the front.
I think after his last one, he probably will go a bit quicker. If he gets the outside red, he might get off the inside and get the jack. If he pumps through the white one, he's got the 2 best back. I think
hard to see the jack staying in, although you never know, might get a double hit and kick back. As you said, they do own the back of the rink.
I have seen some funny things in this game.
He's changed hands, forehand, quick weight. Looks to be close. Does he get it right through? Well, just seemed to miss the shot bowl. Got the ones just in front of it and ran out. So 1 New South Wales bowl has been removed and 2 now conceded. So square things up here, 3 shots apiece. For the end 4. Got a prediction there in our chat. Trent Healey. Welcome to you, Trent, now at Pine Rivers in Queensland, former New South Welshman. So he thinks we'll go to 1 test apiece, and it'll be Aaron Hewson to play the winning bowl tomorrow in match number 3.
We'll make sure we jot that one down to see if it comes true.
Both sides featuring new uniforms. You probably saw yesterday, Ben, in your club auditorium, there was a mountain of boxes for both New South Wales and Queensland, and players scrambling through to find the right sizes and get the new kit on for both states.
Yeah, so I thought I was walking into like a Kmart or something, like there was that many uniforms everywhere. They definitely look good, both Queensland and New South Wales. I quite like the kits. I think they come up really good.
Yeah, totally agree. Obviously, the New South Wales have maintained a relatively consistent colour pattern with the predominantly sky blue with some navy parts to it as well. Of course, featuring the sponsors of BIOScapes and Wendy Woo on the back panel, and the Queenslanders with their, of course, predominantly maroon, but featuring a bit of blue and gold as well. So well done to the design teams at both states. Sure, the players love kitting it out, as I said, getting the right size. And just watching on earlier on this morning before we got underway, Ben, there seem to be plenty of different cap presentations going on. I think there's quite a few debutants across all disciplines. Of course, outside of these state men's and women's, we've got our under 25s and over 40s as well. And photos are plenty downstairs.
Yeah, it was great to see so many new caps being handed out there. And as you said, it's a good day for it. And the nerves and everything, I suppose, early on, I think a lot of them would have been happy to get out there and get on with it. Obviously, you have to do the official welcoming and that, but there'll be, I think, plenty of nerves out there the first few ends, and I think more as the games go on, you'll see them settle into it a little bit more as a game. And it's just trusting your process. As long as you put in the time as a debutant, if you put the time in early and trust what's been happening with your delivery and the way your game has been playing over the last few months to be picked in these sides, you'll come out and play good.
Yeah, 100% right, Ben. Obviously, they have been selected based on that form, so just keep doing what you're doing. As hard as that may seem, putting on a different uniform, that's exactly what you need to do. As we see Darren Morrison's blue bowl there, holding a shot here on end number 5. The rate of scoring has slowed down a little bit in that twist at Nelson game. A couple of singles there. They're now 5 apiece after 4 completed ends. And we mentioned that Killed end on the rink next door to us. So there, just 3 ends played, and Lee Schreiner's foursome there with an early advantage over Aaron Hewson.
This would, is this Nathan Black's first game as a New South Welshman?
It certainly is. He's come across a couple of times for Mount Lewis as a marquee player while still being based in South Australia, but he's also on debut this morning. 4 of the men's representatives, I believe. So here on this rink, Luke Jones and Darren Morrison. Nathan Black, they were there as well. And could you pick the 4th, Ben?
Oh, it would be Joseph Clark.
It is indeed. Joseph from St John's Park on debut for the Blues today. So 4 debutants out of 12. As Nick gets a bowl in behind amongst those Queensland bowls. So they're happy to leave this shot open for the Queenslanders. Just making sure they got to the back of the rink with that one.
Yeah, well, it's one of those ones, like if Nick comes down on that backhand and puts one right next to it, like jack high, half a foot to the side, it would have really opened up that big trail, 6-foot trail for 3 or 4 down. So sometimes you have to just go to the back and cover so that, the skipper now, Carl's now got the freedom to try to draw a front hopper on this and try to really turn this head in New South Wales' favour even more.
Yeah, it looked like he gave Nick that opportunity with his first to be the perfect draw, as you said, and once he didn't quite get that, he made sure he protected the big count. So with that insurance now at the back, Carl Healey's going to go to this draw, right side of your screen. The guys are interested in this one.
Oh, that's a great shot. Brilliant by Carl. Just really even took that trail away as well.
He didn't need a back bowl after all.
Yeah.
You play it that good.
Maybe he's just showing Nick how to do it. That's what it was.
Practice for later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure, we'll see pretty firm backhand weight here from Sean Ingham. If he makes connection, you would assume the jack's coming off the rink. A bit less than what I thought he might. Worried about a couple of these other front ones to beat the 3rd nearest one at least. He's drawn what's probably 3rd shot. So he's cut one out.
Probably sometimes you've got to take your medicine a little bit. Like they didn't really have a close bowl. If he runs at it, misses, Carl's got the easy chance to make another one for 4 down, and then you're going from a run to a draw. So at the moment now it's made it a little bit tougher for Carl to make another counter, because if he's a bowl tight, he'll turn that bowl in. So you probably see Carl just probably try to cover the outside in case Sean now wants to play a bit of weight at it.
Yeah, that was what the call was. He's got out into that area. Yeah, tough one for Sean here, isn't it? He could play a bit more weight and try and push his own through the shot bowls and the jack. If he peels his own out, he loses an extra 1. But it's going to be very tough to draw the shot now with where his first bowl's situated.
Yeah, that's the only negative of where he did finish. I think he'll just try to add an extra 2 foot and just turn it for 1 down. And if he just skims it, he might even get back to the bowl.
Can he hold on? Played that nice weight, as you said, just past his first. Slides in under. So 2 shots to the Blues, their 3rd end in a row. They kick ahead now, 5 shots to 3, and it's that small advantage overall, 13-9. Changes, with Queensland as well. They, of course, our reigning Ali Shield champions, the Australian Sides Championships. Queensland went through that competition undefeated, New South Wales and in Devonport last year, but they've had the retirements of some very experienced and well-credentialed bowlers in Nathan Rice, Sean Baker and Aaron Sheriff.
Yeah, that's a lot of caps to lose at once. But they have got a lot of people a lot of blokes who've come through that are going to fill the spot very quick, I think. And this is what these tests are good for, to see where the level needs to be at, and also the selectors a chance before the Alley Shield to see if they need to make any changes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not quite sure on the Queensland program, but I know for New South Wales there is a test series at Deer Park in Victoria against the Victorians midway through next month. Of course, I believe most of, if not all of the Commonwealth Games players will be available for selection in that series. So, as we said, especially in this men's field at the moment with 4 debutants this morning, there might be 4 of those fighting for maybe 1 or 2 spots once the likes of Tees and Wilson and Wedlock return.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's a lot of firepower to come back into this side as well. So everybody will have to be on their best performances to make the selectors' job a little bit harder, because obviously those 3 will come straight back into the side. They're too good to leave out.
An embarrassment of talent within New South Wales, and yeah, it's well and truly noted. Of course, there's a lot of recruitment within that, and personnel moving states, as we said, someone like Nathan Black, who's got a employment opportunity at Marylands to be able to, further his bowls and work career. So the opportunities are getting tougher and tougher. So for Luke, Darren on this rink, and Joseph on the far rink, and even Nathan Black, he's got to find his way into this New South Wales side. Obviously, right up in the higher echelon of the Bowls Australia high performance squad, but I'm sure he'll land a spot in the final 12, but just needs to probably work out where that best is. And playing third for Lee Schroner here today, good starting opportunity for him.
Yeah, well, that's a new combo as well. Obviously, over the last few years, I think that's been Carl's spot, third for Schroner.
It has.
So, yeah, the selectors will be looking at these things, seeing how the teams gel and work together, and what works and what doesn't work at the same time. Because whilst it might look good on paper, out in the green it doesn't always work.
Absolutely. Of course, we've had the recent retirement last year of David Ferguson from the state men's side as well. It must be tough to put your hand up and not be part of this side. When you see the class in there, of course, it's hard to be into the team, but once you're established in there, it'd be a great crew to be a part of. You're going to be right up and have every chance for success.
Yes, yeah. He played for a lot of years, David. I don't know how many games he would have had for New South Wales. I'm sure that we've got a stat there somewhere to tell us, but it would definitely be hard to hang up the cap after a long season, a long time in that squad for sure.
David Ferguson, thanks for putting me on the spot. 176 games for the New South Wales men's side, which is 14th all time.
14th. Oh, I wonder if everybody can guess who the #1 spot is. I can't tell you because I don't know.
Maybe add into the chats who you think has played the most New South Wales men's test matches. Add it in there. We'll leave that open for an end or two and come back and give you the answer as Cohen Litfin finds the gap. Terrific effort, but he's Queensland holding at the moment. The bowl, Nick Cahill on the centre line, just short.
We're playing something similar, maybe a touch ball. Head balls on the nose, you make 2. Off that, you hit the jack. Going to the jack down through here.
Carl's asked for a shot just to change his head up a little bit, and he's got plenty to work with, Nick. If he's wide, he can get off the blue. If he's tight, he's into his own here. probably be a little bit disappointed to miss that as tight as he did in the end.
Yeah, had some opportunities just on the wider side, didn't he? So Cohen, so close with his first, just found this gap and went just out of the count. He misses his front. Not quite.
Have you been down to Deer Park yet?
No, I haven't. I've seen some pictures of their new development. Of course, they had some really unfortunate event with some bad weather and they're undercover having some issues. So they've rebuilt, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I went down for a visit in June, last month actually. It's impressive. The carpet looked like it was running quite quick too, and plenty of bend on it as well. So it'll be a really nice surface to play on, I think.
Carl trying that cannon as well. You said if he gets to this Nick Cahill bowl, lifts it up half a roll. Still is a Queensland shot. Plenty of opportunities there for the Blues, and he's probably taken away that forehand draw there for the Queenslanders.
Yeah, Sean had a chance to trail the jack just less than a foot and would have made 3 or 4. He's probably just going to go back to the backhand draw shot now. He's got nothing for tight. If he's tight, he'll turn Nick in. So we're just looking to beat the back blue and white one there.
Yeah, those couple of bowls just into the shaded area, both Queensland bowls. They'd be, a foot or so past the jack bend. Yeah, as you said, that's got to be his target. Can't afford to be tight. Onto the bowl on the centre line. Doesn't want to move that one.
Oh, he's turned the right one.
Oh, it's not too bad. That backhand cannon now could flick the jack against New South Wales' favour, so it might be a similar shot for Carl. Almost draw the shot, or lift the bowl once.
Yeah, and if he happens to be a bowl high, he'll get to the blue and white one, which will also cover that bit of damage, like the danger there as well. So I think he'll be just playing backhand through this. I don't see too much on the forehand. There is options on the forehand, but there's also a lot that can go wrong on that forehand as well.
He just doesn't want to flick the jack and run through, does he?
Yeah, like if he comes off the blue, bit of jack and gets caught, he'll be 3 or 4 down, and Sean will have plenty of room to draw another. At this stage, 1 down's not horrendous if you look at the big board score.
It looks to be backhand. Just don't quite know if that cannon works for or against him. He's probably trying to be just around it. Does he get a rub off the inside stuff? No, finds the gap.
Nice pace. Just probably a little bit unlucky. Good pace, but just unders.
Just got to find a line in here, as you said. Ben, a minor movement of the jack. Only needs to go a bowl width or 2 here for Queensland. Holding 1, but they also own those couple just in behind the shot bowl in the shade. Sean Ingham, backhand. We're just getting that underneath line that Carl Healey had as well. Is he? Oh, he's trying to hold. Just catches. I don't think it's going to be enough. 1 Queensland bowl removed, and that's what it ends up being. So 5-4 in favour of New South Wales. To answer your question, Steve, just streaming the state men's and women's throughout the course of the series. All of our players are utilising competitor device scoring, so you can see those updates via Bowls Link. We'll get some progress scores for you in a moment and announce those, but all the scores for the state women's, over 40s men and women, and also the 25s men and women available on Bowls Link for you to watch on.
Is this the first test series that we've used Bowls Link as live scoring?
Certainly in the New South Wales, Queensland, yes. Might be putting me on the spot. I think we may have done once previously in a Victorian series, but did get notification earlier this month that at the National Sides Championships, which this year will be in Perth in October, that it will be in place for all events. So from the 18s, the para, our state sides, and also the senior sides, and also the Australian Championships as well. So it's going to be in every event for all states as Tyler Pettigrew draws the shot. So good opportunity for players to get familiar with those that haven't. Of course, many of our elite New South Wales players have had it featured in Platinum, whether it's been these specific players or certainly their teammates. They're well aware of it. Someone like Darren Morrison here in this featuring, probably utilising it for the first time himself.
Yep.
But as the bowls coordinator at Carlingford as part of our Platinum competition, I'm sure he's passed on the message to his players and become familiar with it as well.
Yeah, it's a great look. It's a great concept. It was good to be able to, look up quick scores instead of waiting for the news to break about scores and that. If you need to know results, quick results, see how games are going and all that. And even the idea of looking at rinks, seeing which rink was winning, losing. It's a great concept for sure, and it'll slowly get more and more, I suppose, use over the next probably 6 months, even, and eventually the scorecard might disappear in years in maybe months to come or years to come, sort of thing.
Yeah, slowly getting integrated across different competitions. So the Queenslanders here holding one. We're trying to make a change to the setup here. Hayden, Oster, little kick on the jack will help. Well, just feathers it, makes a couple. Darren needs to play a conversion shot here without losing his bowl. New South with the 3 shorter bowls. Got a few options there to play through theirs, or he misses, needs to just play that weight to stay on the rink.
In the area, it's going to hold.
We gets it back to 1, but similar to earlier, might have made it any easier. Yeah, with the scoring, it was great. We used it for all of our events at the recent New South Wales State Championships. And obviously a huge different cohort of players, different regions who were first time users, and we got a lot of feedback and areas for improvement that we've passed on to Bowls Australia and the app developers for further improvement. So we'll continue to see it becoming a great user experience for the players. You and I have been around the game for a while, Ben. I remember New South Wales Queensland series from 20 and 25 years ago. You'd find out about it in the Bowls magazine, the results potentially a month after the event had happened.
Yeah, or the newspaper. You might be lucky to see it in that too, before the day of Facebook and obviously Bowls Link as well. Or you'd have to wait a couple of days for someone to come home from the test series to find out how it went.
Carl, a couple down. Ideally just misses these front ones, but there is an angle to bring them forward. Well, he's done so. Hasn't made it any worse for them. First one to move things here. And Queensland position just behind as well. Sit that last bowl, trail the jack.
Yeah, Cohen will be trying to land this bowl. The perfect shot is obviously to trail the jack a foot around there to his other ones. He's made it a little bit harder to get to jack. Like you've got to use the right weight now for New South Wales, but
may come back the other side of the green. Our commentary side potentially. Going down there again.
I think the only worry that they've got is that they've really got nothing past the jack, New South Wales. So if the jack does get moved, or if someone draws a front hopper or anything, they're kind of...
He doesn't want to get this through the jack. Well, yeah, chance here. Yeah, you see Sean Ingham. He's eager to get up there. He's got a perfect angle here to get a couple of turns out of Cohen Litfin's bowl.
This kind of end shows how important it is to have that, one of your front two to get past the jack with their bowls as well. give the third and skipper that opportunity to play shots when heads aren't looking the greatest, or opening them up in another way.
How's he going now?
Oh, that's a great shot.
Gets the bowl onto the closest New South. So at least 3, probably 4 there to the Queenslanders. And opportunities turn bowl onto bowl or bowl onto the jack. The high fives from his teammates.
I think we'll be seeing some big weight through all the New South Wales short ones here from Cahill.
A pretty accurate forehand drive, doesn't he?
Yes, I saw a lot of it at the Rillafora side recently.
Carl Healey, what angle now? Oh, he's got the bowl spinning on it. Like a spinning top there.
And
Brought it back to 2, has he? Just looking at that from our live picture.
yes, I believe it's only 2. He got 2 out. Well, he'd probably be disappointed in that result, but it's also good getting 2 out. Probably a little bit stiff, the jack not to move something, and how tight that head was.
Ingham finishes down in behind. Looking at the screen we've got in front of us, Ben, the angles. It's hard to just quite see where that jack is to how much weight he needs to play here.
I think he'll be playing forehand, just squeeze through the gap there of Nick and I think that's Luke's bowl. Just to get onto that green one with probably a yard of pace just to pop it to Darren's third shot.
Just wide for what he wants, I think.
Yeah. Good pace, just probably a bowl or 2 high.
2 there to Queensland. Sees them back in front 6-5 as we hit a third of the way through the game. Now, Bowls New South Wales is proudly partnered with Wendy Woo Tours, Australia's favourite touring specialist. And their massive early bird sale plus best price promise is officially live. The best seats always go first, and now is the perfect time to lock in your 2027 or 2028 adventure. You can save up to $4,000 per person across every single destination, including the most sought-after cherry blossom and autumn leaves departures, visa-free China, or exploring Southeast Asia, India, Central Asia, Europe, Latin America, the Middle East, Africa, and beyond. Most importantly, you can book early with absolute confidence thanks to the best price promise. If your booked early bird departure is advertised on their website at a lower price before your final balance is due, simply let them know and they will match it. Your booking is completely protected. Plus, as a special bonus for our Bowls New South Wales audience, you'll save an extra $250 per person on top of the sale price for all group tours by using the code BNSW250. So don't miss out while seats last. Scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description to secure your next extraordinary adventure today. So Leeds are peppering the jack once again here. Ben in number 8, and the shadow down at this end that they're playing into, you naturally assume it's probably fractionally slower back in the direction towards the club.
Yeah, I think as I mentioned earlier, probably the sun slowly comes over that edge, and just with the way the building was built back in, I think it was 19 something. I can't tell you. There is a plaque down there somewhere. I have read it 40 times, but I still can't tell you the date. I wish they thought about greenkeepers back then when they did build it, because I'd have loved to have seen this green about 3 metres more towards south, and we would have had no shade on this green by now.
What was the Greens manager, Bowls manager? You got a say in future outcomes?
Oh, well.
Talk nicely to the CEO for a multi-million-dollar movement of 3 metres.
Yeah, I have been trying, but it seems to always get knocked back.
Darren just missing on that weight, on this slower direction back to the club. So nice positive shot here for Hayden. We've seen so far Hayden wants to play these very well. Gets his own, turns the New South Wales bowl away. A few there at the moment. Those predominantly white bowls there belonging to Queensland.
That was perfect pace and line then. Just to play the right shot. Darren's very close here.
Played it well. Found the gap, but played a very good shot. Just to let you know what's happening in other matches going on this morning. The state women's side at the moment, it's currently Queensland 18 leading New South Wales 11 after 17 ends played there. The over 40s sides, New South Wales men lead 15 shots to 8. And it's the Queensland women 16-8 in front there. And in the under 25s, New South Wales leading in both. The men's 19 shots to 10 and the women's event 25-10. As we said earlier, you can follow all of those live scores rink by rink on BowlsLink. Go to results.bowlslink.com.au and look for the New South Wales page and you'll see all of those matches and the different disciplines. But just join us, we've had you in the comments trying to guess the most capped New South Wales male representative. So we'll reveal that at the conclusion of this end. So if you want to put any final guesses in. Cahill very close to getting shot.
Yeah, it was a perfect shot then. If he didn't get shot, at least at worst case scenario, he's only going to be one down. And now they've got a few things to play towards as well. Like he's still got another bowl. He can land the green, get a bit of jack for a couple. But it's actually now turned the head probably a little bit more towards New South Wales. And Queensland have got to play a good one here to cover the shots and also maybe get shot at the same time. Oh, Cohen's played a good one there with probably getting no result. Could have easily turned his own, got to Nick's, or even landed Darren's one as well, but slipped through the gap.
Cahill. Does he get to this jack? What a shot. Terrific bowl. Nick Cahill turns the jack in his favour, makes two. Go Queensland chant in the background from their president, Brian Marshall. You got plenty of comments of support from your hometown people, Brian, as well, cheering on back home.
Sean looks to be in the area, maybe half a bowl high. It just slipped through there, but still two to New South Wales. I don't know much what Cahill can do to this head. He probably just looked to see where the jack will go, because it's quite hard to draw another one without actually giving shot away.
It's something that our higher graded players almost do subconsciously, Ben, isn't it? They put themselves in the opposition shoes. So Cahill and Nick there would be discussing what would you do if you were the one that was a couple down here, and then once you've worked that out, think about where the jack may go if you were playing that shot, and then try and cover it.
Yeah, that is correct. I know, especially playing with Cahill a few times and how he thinks, he hates the idea of giving shot away, so he definitely won't be going near this head. And he'll be just looking to see where the jack may go, or if the jack does move, what shot he can play next as well. So I think he was just trying to cover or throw one around the back there. I think that's New South Wales out the side there anyways, but he's just putting another one out there to
just build up that area.
Yeah, just put a little bit more danger out there if it does go wrong for Queensland.
Yeah, it looks like the two multicoloured bowls of Nick Cahill won't go out of the head without a lot of disturbance to the Queensland bowl. So more worried about jack movement than the bowls going out.
Sean will play something similar just to try to get a bit of turn on the front, a bit of jack movement anywhere, and should go in his favour if he does so.
Is he on the right line? Oh, just catches the wrong part of that bowl. So Carl Healey, does he try and draw a perfect toucher on the back end? Side toucher. We got 10 centimetres or so to count.
I don't think he'd be trying too hard. Like, Queensland have won the last few ends, especially on this rink and even overall. I think New South Wales will be happy just to get back on the scoreboard.
You see our third lead change for the morning on this feature rink. The Blues now 7, lead at Queensland 6 after 8 ends. As we said, we were looking for the most capped New South Wales male representatives. We'll go from 5 to 1. Ben in 5th place with 277 caps. Kevin Walsh.
Yes, great player back in the day.
Absolutely. Just above him, 279, Wayne Turley.
Now he's now up at, I wonder how many caps he got for Queensland over the last few things.
Yeah, he snuck a few over the last few years, didn't he, in the men's side?
The bowls coordinator up at Tweed now.
3rd place, one of the finest bowlers come out of the Newcastle region. 322 men's matches for New South Wales, Sam Lagutsa.
Very, very impressive.
One of our current state selectors holds position number 2, 336 games, Rex Johnston.
I thought Rexy would be up there. I know he was around there for a long, long time. I have an idea who might be number 1 then if Rex was 2.
Do you want to have a late guess?
I would say it would be Steve Glasson.
Number 1, 386. So he's got a bit of a buffer over Rex. Is Peter Rubin.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
So well done in the comments. One of my former clubmates, Tony Stokes, had guessed Peter Rubin. So well done, Tony, for picking that out. Let you know Steve Glasson is in 6th place overall, 245.
Yep.
Probably only the fact that he did spend his early career in Queensland as well. So he would have had quite a few representative caps.
Yes, I didn't think
for the
about
Queenslanders.
that. He was on the opposite side there for a while.
He probably had a decade or so in Queensland. So maybe overall he might sneak past, but 386 men's games for New South Wales. Peter Rubin sits atop that list.
I wonder if Rex decided to make himself a selector and pick himself in this squad just so he can try to catch the number 1 spot.
51 more games, you think?
He'd pull out the old bowls and have another crack. 51, it'll take a few years though, 51 games.
Yeah, generally there's 13 to 14 games a year, so about 4 years worth. I'm not sure if Rex has got 4 full campaigns in him as a player. I did see him rolling some jacks down on the carpet green this morning. There was some bit of discussion amongst the over 40s that are using that green here. That the jacks run a bit different to the bowls. There was a feeling that they run on a bit further, the jacks, so
they do.
Rex wanted to prove them wrong.
He was always one of the masters of rolling T to T back in the day. So it was one of his favourite lengths.
I jokingly said to Rex this morning that the players were saying the jack was running further than the bowl, that only the people with short bowls were saying that. Back here to live play. One of the first times we've got a bit of space available here. No one's really nailed it here on this end. If you just joined us this morning, a rather heavy dew here at Cabra Bowls. So conditions, as you see, we're in full sunlight. Looking to get up into the early 20s temperature-wise today, but conditions would be ever-changing throughout the morning.
Yeah, just a little bit of length change as well. Whilst New South Wales were going that longer length, I think this one itself is just a metre or so longer. They have Queensland are playing a shorter length, so it's that little bit of length coming in a different direction. Just might have caught a couple of people out, but Nick looks like he's not too far away here. And, just falling short onto that bowl.
And Cahill, of course, Australian Jackaroo, number 152. Been in that squad for a few years. Was capped firstly in 2025. Australian sides champion for both New South Wales and formerly Queensland. Well-credentialed career, including being Australian triples champion a few years ago. Cohen just misses things, as you said, change of length. Just works its way through to the ditch. Well, an absolute teenager's delight, the scoreboard at the moment. Look at that, 6-7 everywhere on the scoreboard. One for the teens.
Oh, my four-year-old son knows that now. Like he was, the other day we were at home and he's saying 6-7 everywhere, and I'm looking at him like, what the hell is happening? Maybe I'm getting old.
I think we are. Cohen trying to correct on Wade here. Might have just overdone it. Nailed down on the line. Look at that, right across centre rink.
Yeah.
It might be the first time in a few ends that the skipper's been able to see the jack. It's been pretty well covered up for them.
It's actually hard to tell who's got shot here too, because they're...
Yeah, the bowls of Nick Cahill are certainly in the mix. Even the one that's just behind Jack there on the left-hand side of your screen. It looks about as far to the side as the front ones are short. You can get a sort of foreshortening of the angles based on the camera positions. Let's hope the winning bowl hasn't been played yet and these skips getting nice and close. Well, Cahill about a metre short. Some bowls scatter across our rink, which just puts Sean off ever so slightly. Sean Ingham, forehand, draw. He's going to pull up short as well, Ben. The length has caught the guys out. And that's going to look rather awkward from the mat. It's a New South Wales bowl on the outside, though, to work with. So really just a weight shot here from Cahill. If you can avoid that bowl with the right weight, well and truly does it.
He's definitely through here. I think he might have overcooked this one. You'd be a little bit disappointing, those two. As you said, first probably chance to really draw the shot into an open jack, and didn't nail it.
So there's 4 or 5 bowls here, mix across both sides that are about 2 feet away. No one's really indicated. It's hard from our live view even to see which one is the shot. Players straight at the measure. Measure this nearest Queensland bowl up the front. Hayden's bowl there, centre line. Check the front one. Going to Darren Morrison's on the side. Well, that's awfully close. Umpires, be ready. Well, Nick Cahill's bowl's definitely shot. Probably 2, yeah. So both of Nick's have counted. Nick's measuring every bowl. He's going to start measuring the ones on the bank soon, I think, as well. 2, possibly 3 here. It's the Blues. And 2 is settled upon. Back-to-back scores of 2. These New South Wales pull ahead 9 shots to 6. We'll get those scoreboards back up for you in a moment. As you said, been a busy month for the club, not just here, but a few away fixtures for your pennant sides as well. What groups have you got going away across all the pennant comps over the next few weeks?
Yeah, we obviously we got the men's and women's single gender coming up in 2 weeks. We got our 1s, 2s and 4s going away in the men, and our ladies Div 1 going away down to Fig Tree as well. So that's been keeping us busy getting all that ready. And then a couple of weeks after that, we have our open gender 1s and 2 going off to the state as well. So definitely plenty of travelling for a few of the bowlers going around. I know I'm out at Griffith in a couple of weeks, which should be a good time out there. I'm looking forward to it. Actually, never been out there.
Yeah, we've got our men's Division 1 finals in Griffith. Yeah, so part of your role, Ben, I assume, is organising a lot of those logistics and travel and accommodation for the squads, you and the team here in the Bowls office?
Yeah, thankfully, obviously I've got Nick underneath me who helps me out with all that kind of stuff. I try to delegate a lot of it and pretend like I'm working. So, but yes, organising accommodation, how they're getting there, lunches and all that kind of stuff, and make sure when the bowlers get there, all they have to do is worry about playing bowls.
Yeah, not an easy task. Yeah, much the same with our team at Bowls New South Wales, trying to organise an event like this. And as I said, uniform day yesterday, an interesting one, getting the right sizes for everyone, but yeah, all the travel and accommodation needs. Our selectors have given our Sydney-based players the opportunity to either stay in accommodation or be at home, whichever is their particular preference, but probably got about 3/4 of the full squads staying in accommodation as well.
Are you guys live streaming any of the single gender?
We are, just given logistics and timing of events, we'll be streaming the women's pennant competitions from down at Fig Tree.
Yep.
And purely for the fact that we're back here at Cabra Bowls, which is 90 minutes away. We're here for the following 3 days for the Junior Tri-Series. So rather than moving from Griffith to Cabra Bowls, we've decided to go from Fig Tree to Cabra Bowls. Just a little bit less travel in terms of setting up, packing up, and then the staff to travel around in between. So looking forward to that. We did, and we sort of based that earlier in the year when we had a predominantly male coverage at the inter-region sides event. So we're going with the women's pennant to help sort of balance out our coverage and commitment to both the male and female side of the sport. As Hayden Oster, as he did it, especially in the early ends, right on the jack there. Be pretty happy so far, I would think, with his first half of his debut.
Yeah, he's probably been the standout in the front four. Like, they've all played very good bowls, but he's just changed the heads over when he's needed to, and also nailed it when he's had the opportunity as well. Like, obviously not every end, and it's impossible to do every end, but he's probably playing at that 85% at the moment, I think, of effectiveness. He'd be very happy in his first game for Queensland to be playing at that kind of rate.
And Cahill, contact as well. Still a couple down. Just one of those ones where he didn't want to hit the middle of the bowl, probably wanted to get half of it, open things up. But Queensland, 2 shots there at the moment. Of course, they've done the tricky thing for all of us by putting the jack back in the shade.
Yes. I think we should go and chat to him. There's plenty of green up the front here in the sun where we could see it a little bit better.
Well, those nice shaded sails you've got up there for the spectators, which is keeping them nice, is just posing some slight problems down for our camera operators this morning. But we can't complain too much. We're sat out in the sun. It's a beautiful morning.
Yeah, it's actually quite lovely sitting out here in the sun, getting a bit of rays on us. It's especially the way the weather's been, with drizzly rain every few days, and the last few weeks actually been quite nice. Nick will be, I think, being told to reach up on his backhand through his last one, or also off the outside one there to just open it up for Cahill, or even get a bit of jack movement as well. And watching it.
Yeah, Carl's very interested, and Nick's running down behind. What angle does he get now? Well, one of those ones where he didn't get shot, but he has improved the access for his skip. I did see a comment in our chat earlier from Craig Roberts from Warilla saying that conditions looked slightly better today than when he was here for an over 50s event last Friday.
Yes. Unfortunately, sometimes it always feels like when we put an event on here, or Bowls New South Wales and come put an event on here, we get rain. They only forecasted 1 to 3 mil, and I think we got 9 mil the night before, and then probably 9 mil at lunchtime. It felt like 9 mil anyway. So definitely kept the greenkeepers busy, as the greens did go underwater, but they also recovered quite well, considering how well they're playing today.
So the last one of Cohen's just dropped the shot bowling behind the jack. He's lessened the target and probably taken away the opportunity for Carl just to come up and trail the jack all the way through. So if he makes contact, it's probably going to rattle amongst some of those bowls. So he might be going forehand, Ben, which I assume is more weight than less.
Yeah, just on his lineup, it looks like he's going firm through that pack on the right there.
It's one out. Halves the count. One still, though, to the Queenslanders. The bowl of Hayden Oster has remained in place. Looks like that multicolour bowl, and Nick Carl's holding on for second shot. Just going across the head there, his first attempt.
Carl has a nice shot on here. Just reach up there with a yard of pace and land the bowl for two. If he gets a bit of bowl, a bit of jack, he might make 2 or 3. So he's got a little bit to work off also on the outside stuff. So I think he'll be in the area with this one. There's plenty to work with.
I think just over pace on the draw. Trying to move the jack out.
You're going to get around the front one. Oh, that was probably plan C, but unfortunately just didn't get on the jack for him.
And does Sean have the opportunity to sit this bowl of Nick Carl's just to the right of the jack there into that shaded area? He sit that through to make a couple more. He needs a full roll. Asking for it to hold out. Where does this jack go? Oh, it rattles in and stays in the same spot.
I think he stopped breathing there for a second.
A little bit of fear, wasn't there, amongst the teammates? But they do hold on to 2 shots. That last one of Sean Ingham getting into the count, so 9-8. Now the updated score.
I'm sure he would have been, he'll say to him now, mate, I know what I was doing, don't worry about that.
You can see on the far rink, 9-6 now. Ben Twist in front, 9 shots to 6. And we're about to get an update from the middle rink as well, that players measuring their next door as well. So get some of those scores up there for you in a moment. But we are using all three greens here at Cabra Bowls this morning in the state women's event. It's Queensland that have jumped out of the blocks. They are 26 shots to 13 in front of the New South Wales side. And on the undercover carpet, the over 40s teams are playing, and it's the New South Wales men at 24 shots to 9 in front. But Queensland holding sway at the moment in the over 40s women's 21-9 there to the visitors. And in the under 25s, New South Wales men at 22 lead Queensland 14. And it's New South Wales leading the women's 25s event as well. A commanding position there at the moment, 32 shots to 12. You can tune in to Rink by Rink and Masterboard scores all around the greens here at Cabramatta. From wherever you're watching, around Australia, around the world, here on Bowls New South Wales coverage. It's the first of 3 test matches we'll be bringing you over the next 2 days. As I mentioned this afternoon, we'll feature test match number 2 in the women's event. And then we're going to hold off announcing coverage for match 3. We're going to see what the scores are between the men's and the women's. If there's a decider, we'll go to that. Yep. One or the other. Otherwise, we'll do a men's game in round 3 if both the men's and women's have already been determined.
Has the draw been done? Rink draws been done for the next 2 tests?
It's in there for round 2 at the moment. Who's on what rink? And yeah, as I said, round 3 we've got a plan for either way. As I said, we're scheduled to do a men's game. However, if the women's series is locked away, we'll go across and feature that game and swap those rinks across in Bowls Linkers. Hayden draws a shot again. He's a couple of yards short with his first, but made that correction. Darren just trying to finish inside his own.
Gets around the front, he's very close here. Just a slight rub, might have just taken that bit of pace off it. Good shot. He'd be a little bit disappointed because he probably made it a little bit hard to get to the bowl, but still on to get to that jack. Plenty to work off. But, 2 pretty good bowls by him. He'd be not too disappointed there. But it once again, Hayden just plays that really good bowl, just turn the head in favour of Queensland.
Good shot there from Cohen. He's even curled around a bit to the right-hand side there to narrow down some of the angles that the Blues had to work with. Terrific player, of course, Cohen. Really unfortunate for him at the moment. He's sort of known as the one who's had those 2 heartbreaking Australian Open singles results against Aaron Sheriff. One in a final, one in a semi-final. Well-credentialed player, multiple state title winner in Queensland, emerging Jackaroo, so he's certainly at the peak of his powers.
Yes, yeah, very tough bowler to play against. With that many runs on the board, you expect him to be pretty tough to play against as well.
Stick down on this forehand side. I think they want to improve any potential angles on the right-hand side of the screen for the Blues. Not sitting too bad there for them at the moment, and can still draw a shot on this forehand with the right weight. Well, if he's not shot, he's awfully close. 3 indication there from Carl Healey, so very well played there from Cohen Litfin.
The call is for Nick to go quick at this on his backhand. Just any hit in the head there, he's a chance of getting jack or at least moving the bowls out of the way. Close.
Oh, gets the jack into the ditch. No touches have gone in with it. So there is that white bowl. Yeah, you can just see on screen there. That's going to be about a metre away from the ditch. That's the bowl of Tyler Pettigrew for Queensland.
That's a great hit. He's reduced the count to 1 down and also giving his skipper a chance to get shot in this end too. So now, whilst the white one is a metre away, I'd like to back these two skippers in the draw inside that comfortably. Especially having 2 goes at it as well.
So Ingham, first opportunity. Well, he's certainly in the count. No closer than the other one, but all you can do is add to the count for now. As I said, he's got a second chance to improve things and just turns the pressure up that extra little bit more on the Healey. The same backhand side of the screen. Just needs to get past where those scoreboards are. You see it there from the side on angle. Yes, he's done enough to get through the gap.
There.
So decision time here for Sean Ingham. That bowl bend of Carl's looks about half a metre or so from the ditch. Does he try and draw it or play through it?
I think if he can see it under his, I think he'll be trying to land the bowl and stay, because if that way is if he's about a fraction high, he can turn his own up for shot. It just depends if he can see it from the mat.
He's pushed through this a little, so obviously can find a line to it, but he has missed there, as you see on screen. Going to get bending other.
A little bit disappointed there. He had plenty to be off wide. Even if he was off his own out the wide, on the wide side, he had a chance of getting shot. And people do get caught out a little bit playing that side with a bit of pace. So it does. If you are under, it will turn quick on you.
Probably the second or third time in this direction that Sean has missed underneath with that conversion weight. And that first one of Carl's is the shot bowl. Second one going into the ditch. So 10 shots to 8 in favour of the BIOScape New South Wales Blues here in our feature rink. So those other scores at the moment. Ben Twist, after being 3 shots to 0 down, obviously had a pretty good run of ends there to lead Kane Nelson 12-6. And that Lee Schreiner and Aaron Hewson match has been going back and forward. Lee Schreiner just with a narrow advantage, and of course that gets you to that masterboard score you can see at the top right, which is all we're really playing for today. No rink points. It's all about winning that masterboard after 63 ends there, and you see New South Wales now 31-21.
Does margin end up coming back into the count back at the end of the 3 tests or not?
No, not at all. So, yeah, just purely that masterboard. And if we do land tomorrow with 1 win and 1 draw for each state, then New South Wales will retain as the current holder of the Wal Curry Trophy. Lukey Jones.
2 very good opening lead bowls there.
Played it well. Looks like just coming back into that shutter there, you've almost got a bit of a backboard, so you can play half a metre or so more because it will just pull up for you.
Yes, definitely. And there is a bit of local knowledge here that once you get past the hedge that's behind us where we're sitting, the backhand does seem to turn away. So you do notice a few people are pulling that backhand a bit tight because the wind will come around that the hedge from the westerly sometimes and really just turn that extra 2 bowls and just catches a few people out. It's got a bit of local knowledge, that one.
Hayden played a nice weight to this, just missed on the outside, but got a little collection area. Darren's first bowl has stayed at the back of the rink as well. So he'll be aiming just to lose a little bit of pace, but still just trying to turn this jack away. Misses there, and the call for Hayden Oster is to trail the jack right through to the ditch now with his second attempt.
Seemed to ran into the blocker. I don't know if Darren was trying to put a blocker in there, but it worked out well for him. Nick will be just trying to change his head up slightly, tuck the jack around the corner, or even land the bowl, and a touch of here is, I think, quite large.
Yeah, just take away that jack high view. You hear Carl sort of give him the confidence that even if he trails it to Hayden's first bowl, it's a couple of feet behind. So be it. They'll be 3 or 4 seconds, but just conscious they can't leave it like it is. These back-end players for Queensland will eventually get that if you leave it open. Really close to the line he wanted. Maybe another 2 feet of pace.
Doesn't see what Sean calls Cohen on here. If he just decides to get into him, take sometimes the easier shot, or if he tries to play the hard shot and trail the jack around the corner with a metre of pace or so.
It's the bigger weight, forehand. Has he got the gap? No. Kicks it onto the jack, flicks the New South Wales bowl into the ditch. It was going right next to that bowl. We've got a great view live. Bowler Darren Morrison's was sitting right on the edge of the ditch. The jack went through, feathered that bowl just enough to turn it into the ditch.
Yeah, and instead of being 1 to New South Wales, I think there could be 3 down now after that. But there is a bit of room here, so is Nick going to stop? No.
6 or 8 inches quick, that was all. And without having last bowl here, New South Wales, very vulnerable. As you said, potentially 3 or 4 down here. Cohen's drawn a pretty good one. Yeah, well played, Cohen Litfin.
That's a great bowl.
A fortunate result with his first, but a terrific draw there. Bowl number 2.
Just makes it that fraction harder for Carl now because, you know, whilst you want to get shot here, you're also 3 or 4 down.
He's almost got a sacrifice drawing shot, doesn't he? And probably for him, drawing second in behind the green bowl is where he needs to be. You'll see it from a different angle in a little while as we watch him release there. And Carl Healey, weight looks pretty good. Does he stop now? Oh, finish similar to Nick. 6 or 8 inches past, so opportunity for Queensland. Behind by 11 shots overall. So you're right on halfway through. 63 end match, 21 ends for each rink.
Be a bit of a momentum change here if Sean adds another one and really put the pressure on Carl. Get a 3 or 4 or 5 here, it would brings that scoreboard right back into it.
Yeah, 2 big bowls coming up for our skips. Sean Ingham trying to draw with his first, of course. Get another one in the count. Clears the pack. He's got enough weight to do so. Doesn't quite. But if Carl even gets second shot here, I'm sure that Ingham will be getting after it with his last. So Carl Healey just needs to drop a couple of feet to get a good second shot.
quick enough to get second.
No, it's not second.
I'm not sure if it's even
Yeah,
third.
hard to tell whether it's cut out third and fourth. We certainly know where that one is, that Sean won't be playing any weight at this. He was just trying to draw into the count. He had enough weight with his first, just needs to get 2 or 3 bowls wider.
Higher than his first. That's the start.
Yeah.
And he's played it well.
So that's in the count. Didn't quite get a final indication there. I thought it might have been 3 signalled, but they were pretty quick.
3.
3 shots. So for the 4th time this morning, we have a lead change. 11-10. Now, after 12 ends, in favour of Queensland. And good connection from Cohen, probably for the Blues. A little unlucky to lose that deepest bowl they had on the green. Following that, they did have 3 draw shots that they couldn't impact the count with.
A little bit of a change of length, a bit shorter this one. So we'll see how they, especially into the sun too. So we see who picks up this length the first. Carl's asked Luke to change the tactics up a little bit and just
Yeah,
go
must have
back
just been
to
a
what it's
chat an end or two ago about which side of the green he was going to play, and Carl just given him the word just to say, don't mind which way, just for the entire second half, just go one way or the other for me.
That's a pretty good first starter off too. Weight was perfect and just a bowl tight, so give him a good bit of confidence with his next.
Yeah, well played, Tyler. Done that well. Question there from Dale, just inquiring about place of residence and which team they play for. Of course, it all is determined by the player's primary or home club. So all of these players, some live in different parts of the country, different parts of the state, but whatever is your home or declared club, that is who you can represent. So that club's a New South Wales club, of course, for the Blues, and similarly for all the other states and territories around Australia. And just turning the jack through there.
Darren, we're just trying to reach up through here. Just land something, trail jack. Just any connection in there with good pace would be good for him.
Yeah, almost a line shot as much as a weight shot, isn't it? You can only play whatever speed you like and just get the right line up there. A few things to work with.
Might be disappointed having a bowl past jack, especially in this caliber of game. You do need bowls past the jack, so it gives your skipper that opportunity to play bigger shots if they need to. Nothing past the jack sometimes always can get caught out. As we saw last end, whilst they had one past the jack, in the end that one disappeared and they were 3 or 4 down.
Hayden Oster, 2 touches once again. Darren being asked to go nice and firm at this. Forehand. He's under the ideal. What happens from here? Picks out one Queensland bowl, which goes all the way into the ditch. That shot bowl just sitting slightly in front of Jack High. And New South Wales can't sort of kick the jack to the right-hand side towards the centre line of the screen. There, you can see.
Good shot there. Probably a little bit stiff, not to get a little bit of connection off the white. And if he got a bit off the white, he would have been right behind the jack there. But
Yeah, he could have turned it up solid, couldn't he, as well? Or, yeah, like you said, a little half of that.
there's another one in the head there where Queensland might have the opportunity on the last couple of bowls to get a bit of jack movement for a couple. Nick will be just trying to build this head up with a nice draw, solid, full draw shot to this, just to turn the green. Even if he doesn't get shotty, he can make it a lot better for New South Wales.
He's played this very well.
That's a great bowl.
Done enough for shot too. That was hard to find that perfect angle.
Played the perfect pace to give him that chance to make the shot.
Turns the Blues up there. So New South Wales holding 2 shots there at the moment. Queensland with a nice little collection of bowls just past the jack. Sure, Nick will be trying to get at this wide one or just beyond. And he's played that very well.
Yes, finishing a great home. Might catch a crumb out there. But Sean's still got a very good shot on here. Land of bowls, trail jack. It's got to be in that area on the forehand.
He's obviously happy with what he's seen. He was quick down to the mat. Ingham, what have you got? Oh, let's kick the jack. He's made one, and as you said, there's important last bowl from Nick Cahill for New South Wales. Good second shot there at the moment. They were only 4 down without that one.
Yeah, and a ugly looking head too. So 1 down. I don't think Carl will be too disappointed being 1 down. I think he's been called on the backhand by Nick. Get the bowl out. If he gets the short one, he might rattle off that and even land third shot. So he can be reaching up on his backhand here.
Yeah, good tactical play there from both sides.
In the area. You're going to hold on to the jack. Oh, that's a great shot.
He's been looking for that big conversion.
Great bowl, but I think Queensland have got at least 3 seconds. I think Nugget will be running at their 2 bowls. If he gets them out clean, just put that pressure back on Carl to draw the shot. Whilst he does have a bit of room, it's still a different length than that. So big conversion bowl here on the scoreboard side of things.
You just want to miss the jack now. You want to miss the jack. Oh, he's got one bowl moving a long way and the other one appears to have stayed in. Just going on the body language of the players. Looks to still be one of the Blues. Ben, is that what you're seeing?
I think so. From what I can see, I believe Nick's is still shot. Probably a bit unlucky there. One more turn, he's 3.
Carl, half a metre to add to the score. Looks good from our point of view on the side.
Yeah, great bowl.
There we have lead change number 5 as it's the turn of New South Wales now to go in front. 12-11. And of course, every great green starts with what you can't see. BIOScapes Group has been building synthetic bowling greens since 2007. They're an award-winning Australian family-owned company with a highly skilled in-house team, not subcontractors. Proudly local and genuinely innovative. True specialty is the base, the hidden foundation that gives a green its longevity. Get the foundation wrong, and like a house, everything above it fails. BIOScapes, the experts beneath the surface. Once again, we thank BIOScapes for coming on board as the naming partner of the New South Wales Blues state sides. We've got their representatives, founder and CEO, in the venue today as well. I'm catching up with your CEO and some members of the New South Wales Executive and Board.
Yeah, there you go.
It's tough, isn't it? Because obviously, most of us have grown up playing fully grass green bowls, and clubs for varying reasons, including this one, have got gone to some version of an artificial surface. Some it's purely a finance decision at a small club that's their longevity, and others go to the big domes or indoor complexes. It's really evolving as a sport, isn't it, in terms of the surfaces that we get to play on?
Yes, yeah. It depends which way I answer this one. I don't know, with my greenkeeping cap on or with the management side of thing cap on. I definitely see both sides in it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Each club needs to make its individual choice based on what's best suited for them. Others that, here's a great example with two terrific grass greens here at Cabra, and they have been for as long as I've been coming to this venue. And the undercover serves its purpose as well. I'm sure that gets through plenty of use and allows some of your social activity and even championship games to move through at certain stages.
Yeah, just sometimes you get the bad weather, you can't. Unfortunately, that's the only thing we can't control is Mother Nature, there is definitely use for the undercover synthetics for sure. It has saved us a few times, and yeah, the members do enjoy playing on it at time to time. But especially if it's a bit hot or like a bit too extreme heat out there, and sometimes it can be a bit cooler being in the shade and underneath the cover.
Yeah, that's what you see across our country as well. Obviously, our neighbours down in Victoria, there seem to be plenty of those structures going in. Perhaps more affected weather and the like down there. So that's been a viable option for them, and also through central and northern Queensland. I know there's quite a few undercovers, but more so for the heat, I guess, than the rain. So, yeah, whatever your choice is, wherever you are, test out your circumstances, see what you want to do. But if you do want to go down the synthetic route, have a chat to the team at BIOScapes. I'm sure they can find a solution for you if you do want to go down that path.
Yeah, it's also evolving as well. Like the undercover domes were, the thing probably 10 years ago, and they still are now. But a lot of clubs are starting to go more surrounded walls as well, just to sort of have that indoor feel. With so you can cover both, the cold, the heat, and I know Deer Park's got big fans inside theirs. It'll be interesting to see how theirs goes through the summer. And also there's the other club, Ocean Grove.
Ocean Grove have recently, yeah.
They've got walls around two sides, and the club's the other wall. And they've had one side that's still open, so they still have a nice little airflow through there. But also nice and warm enough that through the winter months they can keep playing.
So Nick's worked his way up there to make a couple of shots there for the Blues. Actually, Darren just missed his weight a couple of times up front, and the Queenslanders just going beyond. Not a great opportunity for a trail shot there, though, really, Ben, is there? Probably just a good draw for Cohen.
Yeah, not at this stage. He's 2 down, really only 1 bowl in the head. You don't want to be looking at this. They are 11 behind on the scoreboard, but there is a lot of ends to go. He'll be just looking just a draw shot here. Touch is a bonus kind of thing. Misses the front here. He's very close. Oh,
he slipped through past everything. Great attempt. Right, third shot. There's still a couple there for the Blues.
Nick, we're just trying to get, as Carl's just said to him, get to these bowls. If he happens to be a bowl tight, he'll turn his own to make it even better. But we're just looking to get that last one of Cohen's just to cover the trail.
Pace-wise, he's done well. Does he bend onto those? Well, not the worst there, just in case later on it covers a few of the other ones.
It was probably plan C.
Cohen, have you judged this to bend underneath that wing bowl? Oh, drops in off it.
Oh, we got the second shot out of
It's
that.
no worse than second, absolutely. A few people asking about scores of the other disciplines. We'll run you through an around the grounds update at the conclusion of this end. Of course, if you can't wait that long, the matches are being live scored, so you can see that via the results portal on BowlsLink. No login required. That's available to everyone, even if you're not a member of our sport. So you can go on to results.bowlslink.com.au. As we said, following the action here on end number 14, we'll give you scores across things that are happening in all three greens here at Cabra.
That's a great bowl there by Healey. Adds to the count and also covers the trail as well.
A few of the members with a nice bit of support there for Carl. I'm sure he's done plenty of coaching with the locals. That's his club coach, his official role.
That is his role, yep. He is our club coach. I think he really enjoys that side of things. Plenty of members come down, and we've also had a lot of outsiders as well come for a lesson. Just looking to improve the game. It's not a bad one to go to, that's for sure.
I've seen some of his drill setups that he's had down on the greens at different times, and there's planks of wood and different cones and circles and drawn things. He's got it all worked out as Ingham, big weight. Still a couple there, even though that first of Carl Healey's has moved. Carl's saying they're holding a couple at the moment, but they're some severe danger at the back of the rink.
Yeah, because there is that nice support between the two blues on the forehand to get the jack through the gap down there. So we're just looking to cover the back. You've got to get past the bowls.
It's not next to the ditch, but it's still the deepest bowl on the green.
Yes, I think he was probably looking for another metre on that, but I think he'll take that. I think Cohen is saying forehand, whether it's through Cohen's bowl for shot or even just off the outside one and off the blue and then red for shot.
He's just coming back to more of a draw shot, Ben, rather than trying to attack through the middle.
I think that's what they were talking about. I think you're just looking up there. We're just over the draw pace, so probably a metre through the head.
Asking to get past these front. He might inadvertently get through this gap to help. He didn't have the weight for that gap. So a couple of shots there for New South Wales. They extend their lead 14-11 here on our feature rink. That'll increase that masterboard as well. As Luke Jones casts the jack for our next end around the greens. The Queensland women's state side, a healthy lead at the moment. They've played 35 ends overall. Queensland 38 lead New South Wales 22. The over 40s disciplines. Men's New South Wales 25 lead at Queensland 15. And in the women's, it's Queensland 32 shots to 15 in front in the over 40s. Moving on to the under 25s, New South Wales men 28 lead Queensland 21. And the New South Wales women 40 lead Queensland 14. Of course, at this point in time, the agreement between both states is for both the 25s and the 40s disciplines to have 2 rinks of 4. Whether that changes in the future, still to be seen. Sort of the format introduced. I think it's great, of course, for the 25s, and naturally both of these state teams, Ben, are going to pick up some of those 25s players in future years, but as well for the over 40s, whether they're former state players or people that are maybe late to the sport that also get the opportunity to represent their state.
Yeah, look, 100%. There's a lot of good over 40 bowlers down there. I've played against them over the years. Some have actually played for the state, or some have been just on that cusp of missing out. Like, they could have been the 13th man in that side where they could have easily jumped into that spot, but just, the 13th man. So it does keep those people who are coming into the sport a little bit later, who might have started the game when they were 38 or 40 and working into that side now. And then obviously we've still got the over 60s as well. It's definitely, the over 40s is definitely a great concept for sure. And even the under 25s, it just gives you that bit of goal, I suppose, to play for if you're not in the state side after the under 18s. It keeps you around the squads. It keeps you knowing what you have to do as well, keeping you prepared if you do get that call up, which in this, as you see in this side today, there is a few that were in the under 25s only last year, now are actually in the open side.
Yeah, absolutely. And those 40s and even the seniors, which is 60 and above, they're not necessarily filled with all former state players either. As you say, some certainly are, and of course that are still exceptional bowlers, but yeah, I love that piece for the newcomers to the sport that have that opportunity still to represent in a state level. It's been Tyler Pettigrew winning the battle up front here. Fortunately, Luke Jones lost his couple of bowls into the ditch. Tyler's first one nearly went all the way, but drew his second right alongside the jack there as Hayden Oster tries to add to the count. We mentioned earlier that Hayden Oster on debut this morning for New South Wales. For Queensland, as our New South Wales players Luke Jones and Darren Morrison. Nick Cahill, just looking, only 24. He could still be in that under 25 side as well.
Yes, he definitely could.
Seems to be on the scene for a lot of years for firstly Queensland and now in New South Wales the past few seasons.
I think this is his third year for New South Wales. I think. He was definitely there last year, and pretty sure he's there the year before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. I think last time we were at Perth, late 2023, Nick was playing for Queensland. I think I'm right in saying that was about the time that the move had been secured, that he was coming down to Sydney.
Yeah, it's funny how time goes away pretty quick now.
Yeah, obviously, it works with you and in the departments here, and I don't know, from our perspective, always a great person to deal with, as are all the team here at Cabra Bowls and a lot of these planning and prep for events.
He made 3 out of that.
He certainly closed down the angles a bit there. It's a nice little setup here. New South Wales only 3 bowls left to play here. Nick quick with his first, desperately urging this one to pull up as well. Not going to do so in time. Outside of that blue Jack High bowler, Darren Morrison's, it hasn't been a great end here for the Blues.
Yeah, they don't want to drop an ugly 5 or something here and letting Queensland back into the overall board. Like a nice 13-shot buffer was really good, but the teams get back into that single figure and they get that bit of momentum run. So
that's the number, isn't it? Realistically, if you are within 10, you feel like with a couple of good ends you can make that up pretty quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're behind by 16 or 13 at this stage, and you get that back to 8, and next minute 8 feels just like 1 almost. You only need 2 ends out of the 3, and you're back in it, and you're back to 4, and that momentum just seems to run with you the whole time. And so I think this will be a couple of big bowls here by Carl. Dropping a 1 here won't be too bad, but dropping a 3 to a 5 will be just give Queensland a bit of a sniff.
Carl Healey 3 down, trying to draw in here. He's played it very well, Ben. As you said, that's probably done enough for second shot.
Yeah, that's a
3
great
players at the back of the rink saying, thank you, Skip, for saving us.
That's why we brought you. That's what they're probably thinking.
There's a chance there for that bowl to be just chipped out. It's not quite resting against that green and white bowl at the back, so...
That's a great bowl, though. Like, he's finished probably in... If he walked up and tried to place it, I don't think he would have placed it much different.
Yeah, pretty well hidden, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just not sitting out there so he can just land it. It's second shot in behind the shot bowl, which brings that jack movement in. And now he can play... If Sean misses here, he can play with a little bit more freedom to try to actually get the shot.
Yeah, so for Sean to move this bowl a few rolls, he does have to go close to opening things up. Sean Ingham, what have you done here?
Yeah, we are.
Close to this bowl. Does he lift it by? Well, if he hasn't with this one, he's given himself a chance. And I think 3 might have been the call there from Cohen. Nick jumping in to have a look. And he says 2. So we'll see if anything changes between the skips. We might be due for a measure here in a moment.
That was a great shot there by Nugget. It's just changed the head. As is Carl there. And looks to be a little bit under pace compared to his last one. Probably a little bit disappointed there because if he did overcook it and turn himself once, he was 4 down. But he still would have been like to give himself a chance there to land the bowl, you know, a little bit of jack movement. I think Sean will be probably playing what Carl would have liked to have played. He might play the forehand and turn the red once for 5. If he does get the jack, well, he's got those 2 catches there. Just the right-hand side of the screen there. So, you know, bit of protection. I think he's got to play this one. I think he's got to take that little bit of a chance here.
Yeah, you talk about catches too. I can't see the jack going between them. They are well placed there. So ideally just missing the jack, as you said, Ben. Lift this maroon bowl over once. Does he bend from there? Sean Ingham, big opportunity. Just misses on the outside. So we know it's at least 2. Cohen wants 3. Nick thought it was 2. I think, just in the background there, Cohen, you might have saw on screen. 2 fingers back to his skip. He might have gone in for a second look. Still just doing the measure to be sure. And 2 is confirmed. So 14-13 the score here. 6 ends to play on our feature rink.
And that big board now is into single figures.
Yeah, some scores around the rinks there. You can see Kane Nelson rink picked things up a bit. That gap was a bit greater to Ben Twist a little while ago.
Unfortunately, I think after this end, I'm going to have to give Ollie the reins of the commentary. I've just got to make sure everything's running all good inside for lunches and that, to the bowl side of things. So I think I'll have to say goodbye to you all after this end.
Fantastic. Of course, Lee Stinson and Ben Morthorpe here in commentary this morning, bringing you test match number 1 interstate series between the BIOScapes New South Wales Blues and Bowls Queensland. We see a few members of your team floating around here this morning. Are they preparing some work on the greens during the break between games?
Yeah, they will be, yeah. I know I can see the rollers there waiting to go. So as soon as they're off the 2 grass screens, the boys will just give them a nice quick polish roll and reset everything up to as if it was the start of the day, just to make the place look good again.
So just a sort of general sweep, fix up any scoreboards, rake the ditches.
Pretty much, yeah.
set mats and jacks. And
Yep, yeah, that's exactly it. They'll just freshen up the joint again. It's always nice to come out and everything looks like it's never been used. So I know the boys will do a quick job. They've got probably about 30 to 40 minutes between the break. So they'll get there. They'll be all hands on deck at that stage.
yeah, totally agree. One of my early clubs in Orange, we had a fantastic greenkeeper, Mark Byrne, who was very, very particular about getting that set up in between matches or at the end of the day, come back and tidy things up, empty those small bins behind the rinks and clean up any mats, jacks, return shade cloths to place if the players hadn't done all those little things. So there's little bits of pride in your club that will keep things just looking very, very good for everyone involved, as well as that protection as Hayden just gets the outside of the jack. Still one down. But it's even as simple as leaving shade cloths up bent overnight. If you get some big winds or a storm or something, you're going to come back to a pretty nasty looking thing in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when, we've got to get greens ready again the next morning and bowlers want to start by 8:45. You don't need those little things to go wrong. So putting in the time in the afternoons and that extra little bit of work in the arvos actually saves you time the next day, where you can more concentrate on the actual green itself. So if we do have like a heavy dew like we did this morning, we're trying to we can cut it and get that off and then get those extra couple of rolls on it to get that nice surface going for the bowlers.
So the jack just sitting behind that second furthest bowl on screen, belonging to Luke Jones for New South Wales. Queensland bowl just sitting in behind. So Queensland do have an opportunity for a small trail of the jack. So Carl's going to come down commentary box side of the green. His backhand. He's trying to cover in behind. He's done it reasonably well.
Yeah, look, he didn't get shot there, but it's just covered up that trail.
One of the shorter lengths we've seen played so far today. Carl missing that line. Trying to just beat his own bowl. Just wants to run this all the way now. Nick Carl, he slips past these front ones. He's done it very well.
Oh, that's a great bowl. Great shot there by Nick. Covered the trail and also got a very good second shot in that. I think it's second shot. I think, well, that last one will be shot, but I do believe Luke's front one is second as well.
Yeah, a couple there for the Blues at this point in time. Got a very nice, firm handshake from his skipper there.
Yeah.
Not one for the high fives, Carl, is he?
No. He said that when people get too excited, they break his hand. So he likes the old little handshake.
Well, Sean Ingham kicks the jack out to the side. Played it well. Made shot there for the Queenslanders. That one just to the right, sitting right down that black line. That is the shot. Bowl at the moment. New South Wales have it well surrounded. So, Carl, two options. You can either wait to sit that bowl through or draw a toucher. Either one will get a similar score.
I was going to say, it would be interesting to see what he plays here. I think he's going just to get the bowl.
I think they have 4 seconds at the moment, Ben. Oh, he's turned his back on that. I think that's fair enough. When you have last bowl, like the Blues do on this end, can afford to play pretty firm with the first.
Oh, definitely. Like, you got 4 seconds. He gets the bowl out, puts Sean under pressure. If Sean does draw it again, well, you've got the chance to get it out again. So this will be a big bowl here by Sean. He'll need to, even if he doesn't get shot, he'll need to at least get third shot.
He'd love to finish just underneath the jack with good weight. does he get past these front ones? Well, this is going to do enough. Yeah, and
it
counted
just
as well.
held up. Yes, well played. Good pace. Had to miss tight. You didn't want to leave that out wide next to the other one and just give him that big target.
Oh, I really think this is a draw shot. You could go quick just at the jack, but even if he gets one bowl out here, it doesn't improve things really. So he's got a chance to draw a toucher for 2 or 3. So you get a bit of movement in behind. More and more spectators start to arrive here to watch the game. So Cahill has reset. Goes back onto the mat. Needs a land or a trail the jack. Edges that bowl out slightly. Has that changed things? The Shawningham bowl has been removed. And 2 it is. So Queensland hit the front 15-14, and you're off, Ben, to work on some things inside the venue. Thanks, mate, for coming in.
No, thank you for having me. And I might be back on later, but hope everyone is enjoying the commentary and the coverage. And thank you, Lee, for having me.
Not a problem at all. Thanks very much, Ben. As you jump out, we bring in another Cabra staff member and up-and-coming bowler, Ollie Morrison. Good morning. Welcome to you.
Morning, Lee. How are you?
Very well indeed. It's been a pretty even battle here across the rinks, and not much in it in the overall here on the men's side of things. Queensland doing very well in the first women's test match.
Yeah, been having a little look every now and then, seeing how they're going. Pretty close game here.
And Ollie, you're now based out of Cabra. You yourself, what's your role here at the club?
Apprentice greenkeeper. Moved up about 2.5 months ago and enjoying it so far. So.
And for those that aren't aware, right, where were you based at previously? What state, what club?
Tasmania. I was playing at Midlands Bowls Club.
What part of the state's that in Tassie?
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle?
Yeah, pretty much. Campbelltown.
Probably how it got its name, Midlands.
Yep. Midland Rams.
The Rams, very good. So just a few months here at Cabra. You had a chance to sort of get into many events at this point in time?
Haven't been playing much. It's pretty quiet as the calendar's changing, but played a few little tournaments here and there. Lots of practice as I live over the road, so always putting the bowl down.
And Luke Jones comes in and draws a toucher there with his second bowl. And Ollie, you must be a pretty similar age here to Hayden, Oster from Queensland. Have you come across Hayden in junior rep games?
Yeah, when I first started playing juniors at national level, I played a few games against him, seen him around.
Done pretty well, and he's now got a title that you held 12 months or so ago, the Australian Open Fours.
Yes, he does. He's turned it up the last few months, so.
Of course, that was 2025 that you got over the line in that event. And
yep.
Did your 4 go back to try and defend the title at the Gold Coast earlier this year?
No, we didn't this year. Only 2 of us actually played the Australian Open this year, so.
Yeah, different circumstances and calendars change for people and work environments.
Yeah, it's definitely good to see a full young 4 win the Australian Open, though. It's great to see.
Yeah, Hayden, once again, he's played these small conversion shots very, very well. And once again, works his way through to trail the jack.
Two back ones won't hurt.
Yeah, both of Darren's, even though they're out of camera, they have sat right towards the back of the green, so it may come into play later on. You can see on screen there is a little gap right through the front if they do want to attack the jack at some stage. There's those two bowls near the number 15. Cohen with a bit of room here to add to the count. He's done that pretty well. We might see some of that attacking option here. Sure, obviously you've only been here a few short months, Ollie, but I'd imagine Nick and Carl both working together. They seem to play a lot of events together. I'm sure they've got a pretty good understanding of what they want to play.
Yeah, they definitely play a lot together, so I reckon they have a pretty good idea on what each other want to do.
Looks like just trying to draw in a close one here. And Carl got that attacking option if they need it later on. Third shot, but certainly the best Blues one there for now. Ingham saying he doesn't want any contact down there on the left-hand side. He likes the way things are sitting at the moment.
Pretty handy one there as well. Any jack movement.
Going after this jack, as you called earlier on, Ollie, those Darren Morrison bowls at the back of the green may come into play here. Backhand, firm weight.
Didn't like
missed
it out of hand.
I'm sure moving up here to Cabra and into New South Wales, mate, you'd have aspirations into trying to crack into one of the Blues sides in the future?
Yeah, definitely do. Sort of been practicing a lot, trying to keep up the hard work, so see what happens in the future.
You had a couple of events coming up as well with Pennant. Final, then you're going away for the club in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, Griffith.
Griffith, so I'm sure we've got a few of our state selectors down there as well, so keep it on the radar. And yeah, mate, 18, 19, you've still got a few, at least 25 age group years ahead of you, at least.
Yeah, 18 years old.
18.
So the boys are going good down there at the moment as well, I think. I was down there before, they were up on both rinks. And the girls were in front pretty convincingly.
You'll lead us into going around the grounds at the conclusion of this end. Of course, those matches are available via the Bowls Link results portal. I'll wait for the skips to get through this play. So, Shortingham went to the back of the rink, but unfortunately too far for Queensland. So he went all the way through. So that shot's still available there. Carl Healey, backhand, trying to find that gap at the front. Well, what happens there? Bowl on the bowl. Yeah, got one away. Queensland still holding. Shortingham looks to have played this very well on his backhand. Doesn't want to move this jack too far.
Great shot.
Yeah. Even if it is only one, it's a much tighter one. Like they've decided to draw it, Ollie. Was that what the call was?
A little bit over wouldn't hurt.
Carl Healey down his backhand, trying to outdraw that last Ingham bowl. How far can he turn back? Oh, terrific effort.
It's a pretty good effort. Weight was good.
Just goes through. So that's 3 ends in a row now for Queensland. Lead this rink 16 shots to 14. Across the way I can see Lee Schroner 14-8. Ben Twist has just picked up a count of 3, so that'll be updated onto the scoreboard shortly. So 16-11 for Ben Twist. So a further 3 shots to go onto the New South Wales Masterboard. We promised you some scores from around the greens. In the state women's competition, Queensland on their way to a comprehensive Test 1 victory. They lead 55 shots to 23 in the state women's event. In the over 40s, New South Wales men 30 lead Queensland 18. And it's a reverse in the women's event with Queensland 35 shots to 18 in front in the over 40s women's. Under 25 for the men's competition, New South Wales 34, narrowly in front of Queensland 28. And in the 25 women's, New South Wales lead that 44 shots to 16. Looks like there's 25s, guys, Ollie, just narrowing that margin. I think it was a little bit further ahead for New South Wales, now back to 6.
Yeah, definitely got a little bit closer.
Tyler Pettigrew, one on, one behind. The classic lead bowls, and Luke Jones, pretty good second bowl there as well. Are you greenkeeping back home, Ollie, prior to coming up to Cabra?
No, I was still in school back home, but I got an opportunity to come up here and get an apprenticeship, so I took that and it's worked out. So
yeah, great chance. Obviously, earlier in the year, you had the opportunity to play in Platt and Pennant for Belrose as well, and you know, a few things have come together to bring you to Cabra. So
yeah, all the little stuff helps. So
you just got to get your name out there, don't you? You know, obviously, someone like yourself just come out of the junior ranks, those performances at junior nationals and things like your Australian Open 4s win last year. I'm sure that's seen by, you know, the bigger clubs such as Cabra, and get that chance. How are you going living in Sydney? Sure, it's a little bit different to what you're accustomed to.
It's a lot different, yes, but I absolutely love it. So the weather's better. It's just a lot more busy all the time.
At least, as you said, you're living very close by, so you don't have to worry about travelling across town for traffic each day.
Don't have to drive to work, so.
Oh, Darren Morrison, not shot, but another very good second in there.
You just can't go anywhere without traffic. It's horrible.
Yeah, you'll get used to that. You can leave one part of Sydney at 7 o'clock, and you could get there, your destination, at 7:30. It could be 8:30 or 9:30, depending on what's happening.
It's always different.
And just through, but a little receiving area in behind the jack. What are you thinking here? Nick's going to try, Ollie?
I think just over the draw. You hoping to squeeze the jack somewhere, maybe. Just change it up a little bit for the next few bowls, I think.
Oh, it looks close.
Great shot from
Nick
Nick.
Cahill.
It's pretty much the same shot here for Cohen, so. Nugget likes it.
Does he spring this jack out? Oh, not quite. Open it up. Oh, he's actually tipped their own bowl further away to make it 2 now for New South Wales. Carl's just asking him to draw just beyond the jack with this one. There's a little pocket of bowls belonging to the Queenslanders. Just bottom right of jack there, you can see on your screen.
Yeah, they're all there.
Just around the jack here for Nick. That's 2 Pretty well played bowls. Well, just pulled up at Jack High. I thought that was going a fraction further. Seven shots the difference. Be a great end from a Queensland perspective for them to turn this around. Trying to trial this Jack. Oh, catches the wide one and drops in. You think Ollie looks like one to Queensland now from what we can see?
Yeah, one to Queensland. He's got the shot, but he probably would have rather to leave it and try and trail it again.
Carl might be just on the outside of this. Does he get to the right part? Oh, he did bend back. So he's just going by. Got it out without the Jack. Well played, Carl. Brings it back in their favour.
Still is a trail on there. Out to the left side now. There's two of their bowls. Gets it right through.
Well, Sean Ingham had pretty good weight with his first. Just a bit wider and worked off that outside bowl. Just trying to correct that line now. Two down. Certainly an attacking weight. Does he get this Jack? Wow, just misses it going past the outside. Queensland, no bowls left to play on this end. Couple. Yes, great bowls across the rinks, and with the masterboard as close as it is, there's plenty of watching on across all three rinks at the moment. Any big score could dictate where this game goes. Carl trying to draw another. He's got the weight to do it. Just probably needs to drop in. No, he's done enough.
That's two great shots by Carl there.
Sat the bowl out with his first, drew it with his second, and I believe that's now the sixth time in the game that we've had a lead change. New South Wales now 17-16. Of course, Bowls New South Wales is proudly partnered with Wendy Tours, Australia's favourite touring specialist. And their massive early bird sale plus best price promise is officially live. Best seats always go first, so now is the perfect time to lock in your 27 or 2028 adventure. You can save up to $4,000 per person across every single destination, including the most sought-after cherry blossom and autumn leaves departures, visa-free China, exploring Southeast Asia, India, Central Asia, Europe, Latin America, the Middle East, Africa, and beyond. But most importantly, you can book early with absolute confidence thanks to the best price promise. If you're booked, early bird departure is advertised on their website at a lower price before your final balance is due. Simply let them know and they will match it. Your booking is completely protected. Plus, as a special bonus for our Bowls New South Wales audience, you'll save an extra $250 per person on top of the sale price for all group tours by using the code BNSW250. So don't miss out. While seats last, scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description to secure your next extraordinary adventure today. Big thanks to our two major partners, Wendy Tours, and of course our naming rights sponsors, BIOScapes. Conditions are changing. We've seen a few bowls in this particular direction from the front end players just get lost in the ditch, and Tyler's done it here with his first.
Green might be quick enough, but touch. It's had a fair bit of sun on it now, so.
And especially in this direction, right? Obviously going back to the club, it was playing into a pretty heavy shadow, probably a bit slower in that way of play.
Yeah, definitely the clubhouse gets in the way for the sun early in the morning, so.
Darren got full access to the jack here. Turn their own bowl. He's done that. Got that pass, Jack. Not a bad little result. They told me it's going to quicken up a bit after lunch too. Your boss was on before Ollie, so you guys are going out to roll the greens.
Yeah, we'll be
between match 1 and 2.
giving them a couple of rolls at lunchtime, so. We had a fair bit of rain Friday last week. If we didn't have that, the greens would have been flying, I reckon.
Yeah, I was saying earlier that certainly seen some matches played up on this top green at Cabramatta where it's run at 18 and 19 seconds, but still just plays very, very truly.
Yeah, this green was under water last Friday, so.
You had a big tournament here as well that day as well, with 3 greens full of players trying to get through an over 50s event as Hayden Oster draws shot with his second bowl. How much are you looking at the weather forecast, Ollie, in your job? Something
yeah.
you're dreading every day?
We definitely look at it a fair bit, obviously, especially when we've got stuff like this on to see what we need to do and if there's going to be any complications throughout the week, so.
New South Wales one down. Nick trying to sit the shot bowl. This goes through. Had a nice speed there to ensure he gave it a good chance. Turn things over. Important here for both Cohen and Sean, just to try and add some bowls into the count. Fortunately, Cohen seems to have given an extra push. Unusual miss there. I did see he looked back towards the mat. I wonder if he just slipped upon release and just threw his rhythm out a bit.
Yeah, he's turned the mat over, so I reckon he slipped.
Nick's got better weight. He might be just under the line. Edge up, still 1 to Queensland.
Blues have lots around it at the moment.
They're more interested in this one. Cohen Litfin wants to ideally miss the jack. Well, unfortunately for them, will now be 1 to the Blues. Second and third belonging to Queensland. Got another bowl in the area. Unfortunate to turn the jack away for his team. Well, opportunities on either hand. Looks like Ollie, I think he's going forehand. Probably turn Nick's bowl or come past.
Yeah, sit on one of the Queensland bowls would be all right. Weight was okay, just a little bit high. Tray was on here for Sean.
backhand looks the way, do you think?
Yeah, backhand, you trail it a foot, you
Well, probably either
3
way.
or 4.
Really, yeah. He's just got to clear the front ones, whatever hand looks best.
Go on forehand.
He's going to miss these front bowls. Still watching it. Not far away here. Sean Ingham. Do you bend to the jack?
Oh, wow.
Oh, outside edge.
Great effort there by Sean.
Are you still happy with ditch weight for the edge of the green? Yours up good. I'm underneath, I'm near the jack. I'd rather trail it than them.
Cahill coming down for a look here. Not sure if you heard he now affects mics, but Cahill was wanting to search up with close to ditch weight. Sit his own bowl through the opposition. If he gets tight, he can trail the jack through. Doesn't naturally look like the shot from our vantage point, but he's conscious, obviously, not to leave it for Ingham, given how close he went in his first bowl. Three men having a chat. Luke's just got an invitation. He's going to come and join in as well. Still undecided, the players. See plenty of arms moving around.
He's made his mind up. Not 100% sure on what he's doing, but
Yeah, they didn't tell us when they were coming past, did they?
I think it'll just still be a little draw, I think.
Certainly what looked best from where we're sitting. Of course, we're not directly behind the rink, so hard to see the perfect angles. Well, this looks like forehand trying to reach through. Gonna sit and stay on his own. Well, chips it across for second shot.
Still the same for Sean though, so
Yeah, the angle's going in New South Wales' favour on this end. And Cohen drew a nice bowl, unlucky to give shot away. First one of Sean Ingham's touched the jack without making shot. As you said, Ollie, I think he's just got to try and find that gap again.
yeah, he missed it by millimetres, so he happens to get that jack full, he could make a good number here.
Carl's bowl there, about a bowl short of jack high to just to the left of the jack. You can see there on screen near the T mark. Probably get off the edge of that. Yeah, and Cohen just looking at that as an option. Maybe work back off that edge to the shot bowl or even onto the jack.
Jack goes in the ditch near their bowls over 3.
The ones in front might determine how much weight he can play, but if he plays 2 or 3 metres, he can still get the jack through the ditch. We're about to find out. Sean Ingham's back at the mat. Forehand, little wind up.
Playing a bit bigger.
Oh, what's he got here? Any luck? No. Catches the wrong parts of bowls. Moves a couple others away that belong to Queensland. And they're going to be measuring for more than 2 here. Could be as many as 4. He got the edge of the bowl that the New South Wales players were looking at one point. So they're going to measure this nearest Queensland bowl first. And there's a couple in contention here for New South Wales. No, just the 2. Another multiple there for the Blues. Sees them extend their lead, 19-16 here in our feature rink. Just 2 ends to go, and we've hit that point in the game where we look around and see what's going to happen if our feature rink is the first one concluded, about what we're going to try and do for coverage. We're a lighter team personnel-wise today, so we'll have a look and see, viewers, in a couple of ends' time what we may be able to bring you if this game does finish first. But of course, being dead ends, we may see a few drives yet to get the jack off the rink.
The middle rink's only played 15, so they look most likely to be last on at the moment.
Yeah, they killed a few ends early, that rink. I see Lee Schreiner using a bowls lifter there as well. He's having some back or rather injury issues there as well.
Sure, it's neck problems.
Neck, is it?
His
Okay.
neck, yeah.
Getting in behind the jack, important at this stage when you've got the lead, not to give your opposition any free opportunities. Tyler's done the same.
One behind's always good when you've got the calibre of players we do out there.
Yeah, you're right, Ollie. We all know what it's like when we're skipping. We want to get want our teammates to be behind. And when we all go back and play those front end positions, we try and be perfect and right on top of the jack, and that can often lead to being a couple of feet in front.
Yeah, you can definitely fall into that trap, especially when the green speeds are a little bit slower. Trying to be too perfect.
Yeah, talking of perfect, that's a pretty good effort there. Hayden Oster adds to the count. Darren not too far away with his first. Just needs to ease off the pace a little bit. I have just
taken off too much.
A bit underneath line and weight. So still a couple here for Queensland. 11 the difference with 11 ends to play.
So the next few ends are massive for the Queenslanders.
Yeah, you're right. You just really want to win all 3 ends in play, don't you? If you can get it back to a couple of 2s and a 1 across the green, be 5 or 6 behind with a few ends to go, you feel in the game.
Yeah, 3 ends across the board would be huge. Doesn't really matter how much it is. Momentum can change very quickly.
So Nick trying to draw in here, couple down. Just underneath as well. Well, this is as good a chance as any. Ollie, I think the Queenslanders are going to have 2 ends here on this rink, holding a couple. They need to pile them in here at the moment. All you can do at this stage from a Queensland perspective is hold some shots, force your opposition to reduce the count, put them under the pressure.
Kano's having a drive on the end rink. Just going through a gap.
Cohen's drawn in for a third here as well. So Nick's been given the option, draw or drive.
Having a draw.
Didn't like it. Overplayed it on the draw. As we said, go on, just keep drawing them in there. Carl's got a very, very good drive on him, but got to force him to play it. Just needs this one to ease in.
Oh, that's a great shot there. Make the target a little bit smaller.
Yeah, half a bowl less to aim at here for Healey.
New South Wales are holding a few over there on Cane Drink. Or, sorry,
Ben Twist, Kane Nilsson, Rink, yeah. Couple of bowls left there from the skips. We'll see what happens there. Kane Nelson gets the jack out of bounds. And Carl trying to do something similar here. Forehand drive. Carl Healey on the way. Is it close? Well, how would you be? He's flicked the one of the counters, got a quarter of the jack, rebounded it up the green, right in between his two teammates' bowls.
We talked about back bowls, but forward bowls got the shot here.
It never seems to happen. I put him there all the time. The jack never seems to come forward.
Not very often.
Given the jack's moved a metre or so forward, we'll see Sean Ingham trying to, in essence, trail it back exactly where it was. Sit the bowl or trail the jack a metre.
Just under.
Other way in the pack, so they've got a few there. They'll be drawing right in front of the Ingham bowl. They own almost every bowl on that side of the green. Carl just needs to drop inside. He's played it reasonably well. Maybe gone half a metre or so further than he wanted. So Sean Ingham, same weight. A few bowls wider. Trail this jack. Get your state right back into contention here. What have you done? Oh, just a fraction quicker, I think. Stop the turn. So, 2 shots there to New South Wales. 21-16 here on our feature rink as they kick off end number 21. Down on green number 1, under 25s sides. It's the Queensland men who have now taken the lead, 38-36, with just 4 ends remaining. And New South Wales women well in control, 49 shots to 22 in the under-25s series. On the undercover carpet in the over 40s, New South Wales men 41 lead Queensland 19. And the Queensland women 42 lead New South Wales 24. And in the state women's competition, 11 ends to go there. New South Wales making a comeback, but it is still Queensland 56 ahead of New South Wales 38. So across all 3 categories, we see New South Wales leading in one event and Queensland in one event.
It's going to be a close finish in the under-25 men's.
Yeah, just a couple of shots in it with 4 ends to go. New South Wales have led the majority of the game. Last one of Luke's just half a metre or so, just further than that in front. Tyler's just going to slip in behind. I think we have now confirmed we are going to try and get some type of coverage for the back end of this fixture. Looks like we've only got a few minutes to go here in our feature rink. They, of course, on 21. You can see those other scoreboards bottom right-hand side of your screen. Still a few ends to go in those games to bring us up to 21 ends per rink. If you've been with us right from the start, you'll know that New South Wales, the defending champions in the state men and state women, as well as the over 40 women's event. And last year it was Queensland taking out the 40s men and also the 2 under 25 disciplines. Only one clean sweep across all of those 6 series. So these two states, every time they do battle, it seems to be very close contest.
New South Wales with 3 players out this time.
Yeah, of course, Aaron Tees, Aaron Wilson, Corey Wedlock, all on Australian duty. Commonwealth Games, the bowls program to kick off tomorrow evening. There's Hayden Oster, being one of the best players, if not the best, on the rink here this morning. And he drew a shot. I don't think it'd be too much adventurous here for the Blues, Ollie, to stay on that scoreboard. I'll just try and pack some bowls in there.
Yeah, definitely. Your second shot's very good at this point in the game, especially when you have the lead of 14.
And still probably got about a bowl's width to draw a shot. Certainly not easy, but possible all the same.
Just fallen short.
Just half a metre away. Get the final count, but Lee Schreiner's rink has scored for New South Wales next door, so that'll be updated for you on the scoreboard shortly. As
it was just one shot.
Cohen, yeah, great bowl from Cohen Litfin. That makes 2.
Nick's got it just out over a foot.
Certainly quicker. Sure, he might have overdone it. Similar to last end, Queensland just have to keep piling them in and see what happens.
The women's game has changed a lot over there. 42 to 56 now.
Tightening up. Blues got to, I think it was 30, might have been the biggest difference I saw. Yeah, trying to close the gap there on the Queenslanders, but they run out of ends as Cohen draws in a third. Carl, for the second in a row, goes down facing a bit of pressure. And we'll see again. Ollie, does he choose to go firm at this or try and draw it? Have a pick, mate. What are you going to go for?
I
Drive or
reckon he'll
draw?
Just draw this on.
He's listened to you. Carl, just sails through. So still 3 shots there to Queensland. Ingham on the mat already. He's halfway down. Just looking to run up a bit past that one of Nick Cahill's. Not quite going to be enough. Well, that's certainly going to stop any attacking shot.
It's right in the line there, pretty much. He's playing just over the draw. Shortened in, I think.
Yeah, turn the Queensland bowl up. I'm not sure if it counts or not.
I think it might be just out. That back blue one there.
Black one near the centre line. New South Wales, the one up on its running edge. Players got a different score on the rink scoreboard to what they've entered into Bowls Link. They've got 21-16 on the live scoring, which is what we have. But only put 20 up on the live scoreboard, so they're just having a chat about that as Sean Ingham, last bowl here on our feature rink. He's just going to pull up just short, drops that one in. So it will be 3 shots to Queensland. So this rink's going to end up at 21-19. We are going to do our best to maybe get something towards the game between Lee Schreiner and Aaron Hewson. So stick with us, viewers. The camera team just working at the moment to get that established. But good solid win here on this rink for the Blues. 21-19. Any player would be fully impressed with their own individual performance, just as conditions probably changed throughout the morning. Ollie would have, quickened up a bit along the way, and that might have caught a couple of them out.
Yeah, definitely changed there at the end a bit. The sunlight. And with the shadow at the end of the green as well, it sort of makes it a bit two-paced going each way.
We can even feel a bit in behind us now. The wind starting to just come in a little bit stronger. You see those bowls on the next rink. Nathan Black for New South Wales. Is drawn in. Another one that you've played a bit of bowls against Ollie on the mat now for Queensland there. Third, Jake Rinn.
Jake Rinn. He's played with him. Obviously, we won the Australian Open together. I don't think I've ever played against him, though.
What would Jake be? 3 or 4 years older than you, maybe? Early 20s?
Yeah, probably 5 or 6 years older than me, I reckon.
So, just looking there, I think it's that New South Wales bowl just to the left of the jack, that blue and white combination bowl. That's Nathan Black. So the Blues holding one.
I think those other bowls are Brett Spurs, aren't they?
I think just one. I think the full yellow coloured bowl is a Queensland. The yellow and green next to that, definitely Brett Spurs. So from what we can see, one shot to New South Wales. I think Kane Nelson scored on his rink recently as well, so we'll get that one updated for you. As we'll get a combination of angles across the concluding stages here as Lee sneaks in behind, but the player's pretty happy with where that bowl finished. So I can only assume, Ollie, there must have been a little pocket of bowls there belonging to Queensland that we're trying to protect.
I think that yellow one we can see might be Daniel Hill's bowl, but the black's on the other side.
Okay, yes. Yeah, see what you're saying there. So probably is 3 to the Blues then, maybe even 4 with Lee's last one. Sounded like the call from Jake was to sit those bowls for shot or second or trail the jack. So Aaron Hewson. Players are interested. Does he sit this bowl? Oh, feathers it and goes through.
Very
Played the
good
way
attempt.
that they wanted. It's always hard with those multicoloured bowls when they fall one way or the other that you can't quite see the different colours on them.
Yeah, it's perfectly the wrong way for us.
So at least runner just looking for another protective bowl in behind. So Aaron Hewson somewhere between 1 and 3 metres of weight. Sit the bowl, trail the jack. He's not going to get the other gap now, is he? Well, no, he dropped in. Has he done enough? Well, that was the early indication. He's fallen back in for shot. Nathan is going to measure just to confirm. And 1 to Queensland, the final outcome there. It was 3 shots to Kane Nelson on another rink, so that's tightened up now, 17-16. Another shot to go on to Aaron Hewson there in a moment, so we'll be up to 54-46 overall. Once that one ticks through Aaron Hewson, there it is there. 3 ends here. 2 ends on the Twist Nelson rink, still to play. New South Wales in a solid but not final winning position yet.
Definitely not over yet. Great starter by Daniel Hill.
Get that other angle at the moment. As I said, just given the early finish of our feature game, we want to bring you as much coverage as we possibly can. We have now angled some things around, so players probably not going to be fully aware that they are being covered at the moment. Hopefully we can get between a combination of angles to show you, and there's a perfect example of what we're just saying with the players. Direct line, but Daniel Hill.
It's 2 great shots.
Yeah, he's got first bowl 5 or 6 inches past, and the next one right alongside the jack. Plenty of Queenslanders watching on and involved in the comments. Great to see. You're all there supporting your home state. As Matt Lucas does just turn or make some contact on that shot bowl. We're getting another camera into position to give you another angle. As Brett Spur just gets in behind. So the jack just between those yellow and black bowls there. Daniel Hill, a couple there to the Blues at the moment.
He's chasing it.
Not shot, but might have created another angle there to help later on. Just a bit of bowl short of jack, that one.
Kane Nelson's holding 3 at the moment.
Brett Spur has been asked to finish about a metre behind here. Almost in between where the Queensland players are and the jack. Only just further than what they were hoping for. See what happens there. You might have caught the edge of that bowl coming through from Ben Twist on the neighbouring rink, trailing the jack for 1. A couple of bowls still to go on our far rink.
Kane will be having a drive here if you can see that, I reckon. It's probably worth a few. lining up. Just caught an edge of the front one. Ben's twist with still another one to come, holding line.
You see Jake Wren here. I want to clear some things out. Gets both bowls out. Makes 3 there for the Queenslanders.
It's a great shot.
Just got perfect angle there. Well played, Jake. Of course, he has spent some time in New South Wales. Last couple of years of Platinum Pennant. Won some games for Soldiers Point and for East Maitland. Nathan Black trying to draw the shot. 3 down. New South Wales ahead on the overall, and applause from his teammates. Nathan Black has drawn the shot. As the Ben Twist rink scores 1. So we'll get that board update in a moment. Ben Twist 18. Now, after picking up a shot there on their 20th end. As Jake Wren follows in and draws the shot himself. That's where the Jackie is, just behind that little pocket of bowls on the left-hand side of your screen. Queensland with 4 of the nearest 5 bowls. So Nathan Black just been asked to draw another close bowl. Well, second and third shot by looks for Ollie, I think.
Yeah, it's ended up very good. Just looking not to drop numbers here, so 2 bowls in there helps.
So, Lee Stinson and Ollie Morrison bringing you the final few ends of coverage here. Test match number 1. New South Wales narrow leaders. You said Ben Twist did score on his last end, so another one to go on in a moment for New South Wales. So 55-46.
The women's game's back to 12 shots. 6 ends to go.
Lee Schreiner kicks it towards the back of the rink, and it's now 2 to Queensland. So not the angle that the Blues were hoping for there. Aaron Houston, a couple of feet to try and add into the count. Players gave him the option of hand. Just needs to pull up now. As you can see there, just sailing on through. So 2 shots to Queensland.
There is a little bit of a shot on there to get both bowls out.
Yeah, it's hard to see from our vantage point whether he can get direct access to those past the pack. Well, he has walked down to have a look, so he'll have the shot in his mind. Firm weight, as you called, Ollie. Catches one of the front ones. So 2 shots there to Aaron Houston. Got 2 ends to go. 3 ends overall. We're now New South Wales 55, Queensland 48. Just trying to get some of those scores updated for you as the players import the data into BowlsLink. Give you some updates from across the green. As you mentioned, Ollie, 58-46. Queensland leading New South Wales in the women's event. 6 ends remaining on the other side of the green that we are covering at the moment. New South Wales men in the over 40s lead 44-21. Only 3 ends to go there. And in the women's, it's Queensland 49, New South Wales 24 as they play their final end. So the over 40s look like splitting 1 each to the states. And a similar case in the under 25s. Already completed, New South Wales women 56 defeated the Queensland 25 women 22, 56-22. Final score there. And in the 25 men's competition, 1 end remaining. Queensland 8 in front, 44 shots to 36. So that looks like splitting 1 each amongst the 2 states. Brendan Wilson for Queensland just finishes a few inches in front of the jack.
1 on 1 behind again. Great shot from Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel works in off that bowl to draw a shot himself. You get a favoured position, right, when you play?
I do love leading.
Leading?
Yeah. Throwing the jacks and art.
Yeah, if you can do that well, you get yourself into a lot of teams, especially a big, strong club here that you are at now, Ollie, at Cabra. Great deal of opportunities. Likes of Carl Healey, Aaron Wilson, Jay Bruce, plenty of stars here.
Yeah, it's too many to name.
Do your job up front. I'm
Let
sure
them go to
you'll,
work.
yeah, correct. You can drive the car and put the bowls on the jack and collect the check at the end of the week. Brett Spur adds in another close bowl.
Oh, wow, the women's game has really tightened up here.
59 ends played in the women's competition. Queensland 58 lead New South Wales 54. As Matt Lucas misses but gets a couple of bowls in behind, and straight away Lee Schroner asking Brett Spur to get to that back part of the rink. Matching those bowls. Matt Lucas done it pretty well. Slips in behind. So decision time for Queensland. Player's score hasn't come through there on that twist rink for us to be able to update that. That should be 18-16 after 20 ends played. We'll get the players, hopefully they're getting that updated to feed into our coverage for you. We're pulling that information. You can see that scoreboard there a moment ago was Jake Ryan. Just tries to trail the jack here down on his forehand. Like it's all in here for the Queenslanders. Ollie, they're going after this trail.
Yeah, definitely all in here.
They get it. They're still in the game. They miss. It's probably going to be the end of things. Skips on their deliveries in the Twist Nelson rink, so we won't be far away from score on their 21st end. Of course, they said the players not yet processed that the 20th end to get Ben Twist up to 18 as Nathan Black falls in behind as well. Jake wide with his first. He's wanting this to turn. Looks like it's going to go past on the outside. Still a couple there, New South Wales. And Nathan Black about a metre past, a little catching position.
I reckon we might see a drive here. Try and kill it and start again.
Yeah, it's either that perfect trail, probably of about 5 or 6 feet, or, as you say, firm directly at it.
Yeah, he's got to get that trail absolutely perfect.
Does have the slight chance, I guess, of sitting the shot bowl for one if he played that weight. So we know live it's 55-48 after 60 ends. Darren, he's trying this perfect trail. What does he get?
Very close.
Oh, just
wow.
skims the jack on the inside. Still the Blues holding that golden green bowl. Brett Spur. It's going to be close for second shot at the moment. Could well have that jack hidden. Ollie, it's hard, you know, from behind the mat, he may not even have access to it anymore.
The cannon might hit the jack, but it's hard to tell from here.
Okay, Nelson drive on the far rink was the final bowl played. Players shaking hands there. And one shot to Queensland. So that rink will finish Ben Twist 18, Kane Nelson 17. Hopefully the players are getting that updated for us so we can get this updated on screen as Lee Schreiner trying to beat their bowl at the back. Oh, just goes through the gap. So decision time here for the Queenslanders. May even go for the edge of that bowl where the jack was a moment ago. The one in front of Matt Lucas's feet there.
Yeah.
Probably get the edge of that and try and kill it. So there's this end and one more to play, and the live score 55-49. So
They were just looking at the edge of that bowl now. Going quick at that.
the one where the jack just was
Yeah.
a couple of bowls ago. Yeah, it seems to me the best plan. I can see the players on that twist Nelson rink entering the score, so that's now coming through as 18-17. So that will update in just a moment on our scoreboard as the players complete the task there after 21 ends. Such a hard attempt here for Queensland. He's so unlucky with his first. Ollie, wasn't he, not to trail it through?
Should have gone a lot further than it did.
Difficult thing as well is that Lee Schreiner still has a bowl to play. So even if Aaron can find a way to make some kind of count, Schreiner will have an answer.
I think Kill's definitely the way to go.
It's just that one single bowl. I think the two bowls that are together there, the shot one and their own green one in front, I'm not sure that
Quite works.
works. Yeah, it doesn't look quite right. So it's either playing a couple of metres through to sit the shot bowl and stay, or work off the outside bowls for a kill.
It's not lining up.
He's just trying
Nice
that
weight.
yeah, swinging style weight, and finds the gap. So Lee Schreiner. That last bowl here on what is end number 62. You see those scores have now come across as that rink completed their task. Lee Schreiner is trying to draw a shot, turn their own bowl in, would also work.
Sliding past.
And 1, I believe, was the count there, Ollie. So, yeah, and confirmed 17-13. So New South Wales stretch out 7 shots in front going into the last end. Give you some scores from our other disciplines. Over 40s, New South Wales in the men's competition, 47 shots to 25. That match now completed. Also completed in the over 40s women's with Queensland taking out test number 1, 54 shots to 24. In the under 25s, these games are also finalised. Queensland men 45 have defeated New South Wales 36. And in the women's 25s, New South Wales convincing winners there, 56-22. And our state women's game, they have 3 ends now remaining, and it is Queensland 61 ahead of New South Wales 54. Of course, at the conclusion of these current games, players will head inside for lunch and we'll be back on in the afternoon session. Time to be confirmed, just based upon these current finishing times. We may need the lights later on this evening, Ollie, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Our 25s down the bottom don't have that luxury, so
No,
hopefully
hopefully they're done.
plough
before
through
half
lunch
time.
and get going again for the afternoon session.
How long has this game been going for?
We started a fraction late this morning. A massive amount of photos taken of all the different squads leading into it. Obviously important for the socials coverage for both states. We're probably at about 3.5 hours match time at the moment, which is not too unusual, I guess, but we might have been 15 or 20 minutes behind advertised schedule in kicking things off. So Brendan Wilson, the early advantage here on the final end. Couple of good draw shots there for Queensland as Matt Lucas steps up. So they need all 8 bowls to count to get the win, and they've got 2 out of 2 so far. Bowl of Mats.
Weak for the jack.
Not quite what was needed. So it's 1 shot there to Queensland, and I would anticipate, Ollie, we're going to see a few drives from the Queenslanders now with that jack moving out to try and get it further and off the rink. Can't make 8 where it is.
No, definitely not. Yep, I just seen him point at it.
You put it out there, now get it off the green for us. Matt Lucas, forehand drive. Oh, just misses on the inside. What green have you got control with in preparation for this afternoon, Ollie? You on this green here?
Been on the bottom one the last few days.
Okay.
So.
Oh, yeah, I can see Jaden at the readiness to come on to green number 3 here.
Yeah, I might be rolling this one at lunchtime then.
Okay. So for New South Wales, they can just draw on up to this. Anything that they can move in front of the jack will make the kill shot harder for Queensland.
Oh.
Stopped on the edge. It's going to be shot, but nearest bowl, not necessarily the requirement here at the moment for the Blues. And Queensland, after the kill, as you can see on that scoreboard, they need a massive score on this final end.
Wow.
Yes,
Well,
Jake
very
Wynn
close
follows
on.
basically the same path that Matt Lucas took before him. Nathan on the draw up again, and Jake Wynn ready to fire with his second attempt. Players know the task that they need to do. Here he goes, underway. Oh, he's got the shot bowl out. So for what it matters at the moment, it is Queensland holding one. So on the far end of the green, a somewhat similar situation. The women's competition, 62 ends played, Queensland 8 shots ahead. So nice position for the Queenslanders to be in, and as it's looked like for the last hour or so, I think all three categories are going to go one test each. I wonder if Lee Schreiner's got a path up here to, let's just
Draw a touch up.
trail the jack half a metre or 2 feet. Just turn the jack over the edge of the ditch. Sees ball come in at the top of the screen there. Through this gap. Is he close to this jack?
Oh,
Well,
wow.
perfect weight.
It's almost perfect.
And cameraman B at the ready. This will come down pretty firm. Bruising that ditch.
A lot of sand flicking up onto the
A lot of
green there.
sand. Yeah, need to brush out in between games. Right, last bowl. Lee Schreiner is so close to trailing it into the ditch with his first. To shut out any opportunity for the Queenslanders. First thing, find that gap. He's done that. Second thing, get the jack. Well, he's played the
exact
same
same
bowl. And last chance coming up for Aaron Hewson. Get this jack off the rink. There's the wind up. Got the weight for it. Needs an edge and doesn't get it. So we'll wrap things up. I think it's 1 to Queensland. And Ollie, we've seen New South Wales Test 1 winners.
Yes. Very close across the board as well. Like all three series is 1-1.
Yeah, great to see. So well done to the Blues. We'll take a pause on coverage here in our feature match. It's a first test victory to the BIOScapes New South Wales Blues. Thanks to my co-commentators Ben Moorthorpe and Ollie Morrison for joining me this morning. We'll be back after a short break with test match number 2 featuring a state women's game. We look forward to your coverage this afternoon. Enjoy your short break and we'll be back with you soon.
BIOScapes Group, we started as a small family-owned business.
Initially a commercial landscape business and now specialising in synthetic sporting courts with a big focus towards bowling clubs and over 55s communities.
We're standing here in an amazing facility at Ocean Grove Bowls Club, brand new, opened in September 2025, a world-class facility capable of hosting the best events in the world.
So when Ocean Grove first reached out, it was a very exciting prospect of not only 2 world-class synthetic bowling greens, but they wanted to turn this 3,000 square metre space into one big function area.
We looked at what an indoor facility would do for our club. We wanted to compete with the nation's best on all levels, on the green, off the green, and to create a facility like this was just needed to be done.
And the R&D that's gone into the product and the materials that we use has only improved over time.
Being undercover, that opportunity to play it all hours of the day, every day of the week.
Several design meetings. There's always a lot of design changes.
We had the area, we knew what we sort of wanted.
Really good communication makes it really easy. A few challenges. Anything that we did run into was very quickly identified, spoken about with the Bowls Club, and that led to us having a pretty smooth experience.
BIOScapes right through the whole process, nothing's been too much. Regular communication, post-project completion, the follow-up service, second to none.
I think it's really important, the work we do at BIOScapes, to be able to give people the chance to have the same experience that I get, all the way from like a community sporting level to a venue like this.
Here's an all-weather facility, you can do whatever you want. We hosted the gala night. We've got a World Bowls function coming up in May. It's not just a bowling green, it's a multi-purpose entertainment facility. Unlimited opportunities.